Opie and Dopey.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them.
Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
Opie. I'm Opie.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch and I know it.
Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio. I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshat.
These dummies that work for us. You guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places. Ben, where's the coffee?
You rock.
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I love that one.
I love that new open. He did a great job at that. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. My favorite line out of it.
Hey, how do you become a radio DJ?
Say the name of the station over and over. Play at least a half-hour commercials. Broadcast live from the Cookie Mart. Smash lots of sounds together. Talk on and on about how you invented radio. Don't, Fred. Play the same songs again and again and again and again.
Commercial radio, we're coming to get you. You're listening to the future of radio. Well, satellite radio. XM satellite radio.
You're damn straight.
At this point, there's only one company. Truly one company doing this right.
One company, under God, indivisible.
And this is the O&A show. It's a virus. Trust me, it's a virus.
Am I up at the proper volume? Because, again, kind of odd.
Can you give me a mic test,
I can't
Anthony?
Really. Test 1, 2.
All right, I got
Testing.
you at -10.
Very hard to hear. That's better. Right there.
I got you at a -10
all it took.
PGM.
That's all it took was a little boost up. Now, things are fine.
Yeah, I got you at -6 PGMs now. So.
-6 PGM?
Yeah, that should work.
You sure -6 PGM is good?
All
right.
I'm thinking -6 to -4 is...
I'll take your word for
where
it.
you need to be. Jimmy, he's the problem. I've been talking to him when we're not on the air about his mic technique, and he's getting better.
Yes.
He's been down near -20 PGM at times.
I talk all over the place. It's hard for me to sit still. I'm just an antsy little fella.
He's got it closer when we painted it black and glistened the head a little bit.
Well,
now he's right on it.
It's when you put the hand hanging off the back so I can kind of feel it near my head.
Big rubber hand off the mic stand that pushes the back of his head.
Did we even do a radio show yesterday?
I have no recollection of yesterday's
There
program.
are days that I walk around here like a zombie, and I realize later on in the day, oh, yeah, we broadcast it to the entire country.
Yeah, and I have no clue. I don't remember yesterday's show. I remember waking up in my computer chair so I could get up and lay down on the couch and go to sleep once I got home. That's pretty much it.
I did a 3-hour nap. I'm usually good for like a half hour, 40 minutes after the show.
Yeah.
3 hours.
I try to stay up so I don't ruin my night's sleep, because if I sleep for 3 hours, I'm up until 12, 1 in the morning, and it starts the vicious cycle. This time, slept 3 hours on the couch, and when I did go to bed, boom, right out. I cannot deal with the hours. The weekend just screws up my schedule, and exhausted yesterday.
Yeah. I had a weird day after the show. Went home, slept 3 hours, and then I woke up and watched The Machinist.
I love that movie.
You suggested that movie to me.
Yes, good one.
So
Christian Bale.
I got it on demand. I love my movies on demand. I love that feature.
Isn't it fantastic?
It's unbelievable. The best part...
Sit there in your home.
I'm not a big fan when I'm home to watch a movie all the way through. I'm just not.
Why is that?
I don't know. I like to watch it in halves. It's really weird.
You're like...
I watch like the first hour, and then usually I crash, and then with this movies on demand, you get the movie for like 24 hours.
Yeah, then you can watch the
rest
rest
of it. With the
of
rewind feature, you know the deal.
Yep.
And then I continue watching my movie. It's great.
I can't do that. I have to finish watching it.
I could get through a lot more movies that way, it seems. Yeah. And so I watched the second half of The Machinist, and, man, you were right. That movie's fucked up.
It is really a freaky movie.
Christian Bale, he lost what?
I don't know.
Like 50, 60 pounds for the movie. He was emaciated.
He looked ridiculous. So skinny. I know they were using makeup as far as really accentuating the ribs and stuff. They fill in a little dark in between him and his spine and stuff like that. But you can't, through CGI or anything else, cut out pieces of a human like that. He lost that much weight. And it wouldn't be so amazing if it wasn't for the fact that his next movie was Batman, where he's, a workout, he's all pumped up and everything.
Right.
So, how the hell do you do that?
Well, they showed him as a fatter guy in The Machinist as well.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting movie. I mean, Christian Bale basically slowly but surely going crazy over something that happened to him. And,
And then they kind of weave that in through the movie.
They bring it all together at the end. But, his weight loss for the movie was just amazing.
Definitely a recommend.
It was kind of a creepy movie. And then I got all set and ready to go for my March of the Penguins.
Whoa! You saw March of the Penguins.
Well, we talked about it on the show so much, I figured, one of us has to go and see it.
You're like
and
Mr. Documentary these days. You are Mr. Documentary. Well, you went to go see Murderball.
Murderball was awesome. Murderball was awesome, and we're going to have Mark Zupan on today, the star of Murderball. And I thought when I talked about Murderball the first time, about 2-3 weeks ago now, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was surprised because usually you throw something out there, and then the phones, start ringing like crazy, and people want to comment about the shit we talk about, right?
Yeah.
Murderball, not one phone call. And it turns out that it hasn't really been released to the rest of the country yet. Only in selected theaters in, like, New York, probably L.A., and a couple other big cities. That's it. But I guess they're now going to release this thing all over the place.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to Mark Zupan about that today. But, yeah, then I saw March of the Penguins yesterday, and it was...
was it inspiring?
It was interesting.
Did it make you laugh and make you cry, like the movie says? Like
made
the
me
trailer
laugh,
says?
made me cry.
Were you weeping over the little penguins?
Made me think that I would be an awful parent because my egg would roll out and just freeze to death.
Is that what every nature show you watch when they're having the kids, when the little animals are having their eggs or babies or something? It's never just a happy scene where everyone has their little babies and everything goes well. There's always the couple that they have to show, the little animal couple that's just
not fit to be parents.
Not fit to be parents. It didn't pan out. There's some vulture diving down and grabbing its young. There's always something.
As you know, obviously, I have a dark sense of humor, and parts of that movie where I actually saw, people crying. A lot of old people watching March of the Penguins for some reason. I guess they have nothing else to do during the day. And there were times during the movie that obviously they were tugging at your heartstrings, and inside I wanted to laugh so fucking hard because it just is funny to me.
And the old people are all weeping.
Basically, the March of the Penguins is a movie about the emperor of penguins or whatever.
Yeah.
And they live their lives in the water, eating their fish and stuff, and avoiding the lion seals or the sea lions and all that crap.
Yeah.
And then it's time to mate. So they just know, it's that time of year to mate. So they all come out of the water and march 70 miles to their mating area.
Now, why can't they just screw where they are?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I don't get these wacky, instinctual things that these animals have to do to fuck.
They explained it because the winter is so harsh. The surroundings where they mate, it's covered, so it protects them a little better from the elements.
Oh, gotcha.
And also, let's see, I'm going to explain this to you. The ice is a lot thicker in that area.
Ice is thicker.
Because, they're going to be there for a while when the spring thaw happens or the summer thaw, whatever. Because their seasons were all messed up. They started marching in, March.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
But that was the beginning of winter.
Yeah.
Because they live way down there.
The South Pole.
So I guess, winter starts in March down there?
South of the equator, winter is our summer, and vice versa.
So they march 70 miles to this area, and the ice is a lot thicker when it starts thawing. They don't want their young falling through the ice.
Of course.
So they march, which is the creepiest thing. They walk like humans. And they did a great job filming it because, they show them from a distance, and they look like aliens or something because, it's pretty creepy down there to begin with.
How many did they say do this?
Oh, my God. They just showed thousands and thousands.
Really? Just all walking?
Yeah, walking.
The little penguin waddle walk.
Walking, and they have to walk 70 miles to their mating area, right?
70 miles.
And they show the lazy ones that decide, they're going to hang out in the water for a few more weeks or days, and they're way behind. And they show them and basically say, well, these are not going to make it.
Not going to cut it.
They started their march a little too late. Because it's all a timing thing, And they basically said these will not make it to the mating area.
See, every animal is just like humans. There's still a lazy motherfucker that won't leave.
Yeah, that's exactly the point I was getting at. I just started laughing because inside, I didn't want to wreck the movie for others because in my real life I try to be a human being. But I'm laughing inside going, God, just like you said, this is just like regular...
Real people would do the same thing.
Right.
You'd have the majority doing what they got to do, and the few stragglers that just end up dead.
Did you find that the lazy ones didn't have that white thing painted in the middle?
Anyway. So then they get to the mating area.
Painted.
I know, what the fuck, Jim?
Like they take a little roller and just paint their little bellies.
So they march the 70 miles.
Yeah.
And now they have to choose a mate.
How do they do that? Because I know usually in the animal world it's a pretty elaborate thing that they do to
just
get their mate.
they're just marching around trying to figure it out, and they just kind of pair up. And then eventually in this movie, they show this whole mess of penguins all of a sudden all paired up nice. Like
They're all paired up.
All paired up nice.
Out of nowhere, they just decided to pick somebody, and
I forget
that's who they're mating with.
I forget what they said about that, but then all of a sudden there's
got to be a criteria for each one, that why they're with a certain mate and why they didn't pick that one.
Yeah, I don't think they got into that as much, but the females do fight over the males because there's a lot more females than males, I guess. And they showed that, which was really funny. Hilarious, actually.
Making noises at each other.
Oh, yeah.
They do a wacky little pose and go...
Oh, yeah. Just freaking out.
It's a penguin.
So then they show... This is where it was kind of a... This is where the movie's kind of a downer, in a way.
Aw.
Because they're obviously going for the kid audience as well. You know, they're going to show the penguins having sex, but they barely show it.
Really?
They barely show it.
No banging?
It looks like they like the old doggy style.
Oh, really? Is that how they were doing it?
One penguin standing straight up, and the other one kind of
hunched over a bit.
Pretty much on her belly.
Really?
Pretty much on her belly.
And the gentleman penguin just kind of struts up behind and
waddles in and out, I guess.
Jams it in.
Mm-hmm. And then
that's got to look silly.
And then they even say, you know, if it's done right, there's an egg, right?
Uh-huh.
And the egg is, they show the egg. And now the egg has...
Just one egg?
Yeah, one egg. One egg. The female has the egg there. And now the female has to pass the egg on to the male. I had no idea about this.
They pass it to the male. Okay.
And they practice because it's way down there and it's way cold. So if the egg is exposed for too long, they're saying like if it's exposed more than a few seconds, done. This egg will not hatch in the spring.
It'll freeze?
It'll freeze. So the penguins instinctively know to practice the move of passing the egg.
What do they practice with?
They're just like they line up and bump into each other and
front to front.
Yeah, front to front. And they kind of roll the egg from, you know, their little penguin feet to the other penguin feet.
Is this the type of penguin, because I've seen other nature shows, where they kind of have the egg on top of their little feet?
Yes.
And they could kind of waddle with the egg a little bit, and then they sit down on it?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. The feet of the penguin is the nest.
Right.
Okay, so the female passes the egg over to the male, you know, penguin.
And he's supposed to put it right on his feet and squat down on it.
And stay like that for 125 days, waddling around, making sure the egg does not fall from its penguin feet.
Now, who brings him food?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. The reason the female penguin is passing it to the male penguin is so she could march the 70 miles back to where she could get back into the ocean.
So she leaves.
She leaves and goes back another 70 miles to go feed and have fun.
Yeah.
For I forget how long, like maybe up to a month or whatever. I'm trying to remember. Maybe 3 months. I don't know. And then the male is stuck in the cold with the rest of the male penguins with the egg on its feet as the nest, waiting for spring.
Keeping it warm.
Trying to keep it warm and trying to keep themselves warm. And they're starving to death because they will not eat for 125 days.
No one brings them food?
Well, no.
He just sits there without eating for that long.
For 125 days.
How is that at all possible?
With winter just pounding you.
Don't they have little penguin interns to bring them a bagel?
Nothing.
Or an apple that they can throw at them?
Get your flippers off the fork, would you? But then, so the female passes the egg to the male penguin, right? And most of them do it flawlessly.
Yeah.
But they showed a few couples that just
stink. No, there's always the ones.
And it's basically just rolling the egg they're a foot apart tops, rolling the egg, and then the male grabs it, and that's it. Done. And all of a sudden they show like one penguin rolling it, and all of a sudden it just rolls off to the side, and then they both just stare at it.
Because they know it's just over, Johnny.
Now it's just over, and they're just losers.
That is so sad.
It got a big laugh from me inside, and a lot of people started crying
they go,
at that point.
Oh, do you hear? Oh.
And then Morgan Freeman, who does a great job with the narration, he's like, well, their job is done here. So now they just walk back to the ocean.
Back
There's
go,
no reason.
Good job, asshole.
Right. There's no reason to be in this area anymore.
So you think there's blame in the animal world?
Yeah.
Do you think as they're walking back 70 miles that either she's nagging at him or he's popping her in the face or just something?
I told you I was passing it. I told you to wait a
Great
second.
job. Good eyes, asshole.
But that's where I started laughing, because they do look kind of human. When the egg rolls off, the penguin is just looking down.
They stare at it like,
all depressed.
The walk, the sitting here, the everything,
It
nothing.
starts whining.
All for naught.
All for nothing.
He's probably the lucky one, though. He doesn't have to put up with the kid. He got to drop the load. Here you go. He probably did it on purpose. Oops,
Yeah.
Drop the egg.
That's like us humans call it the old kick down the stairs.
The old foot comes out when she's walking by the stairwell. The old whoopsie-daisy.
The old Doc Martin to the gut.
So that's what made me laugh hard, because then they show the elements just split the egg open immediately, because it's very, very, very fragile.
Can't you go over and get it? What's the problem? Just go get the fucking egg.
I explained to you, Jimmy. If
I know
it's
it's only
exposed
a few
for more, it's exposed too long, and they just know that it's already dead. So then the ones that are able to pass the egg successfully, now the male, that's where it's a drag. They have to stand there for 125 fucking days, not eating, freezing their asses off. They all just go into one big huddle, and that's how they spend 125 days.
That's ridiculous.
4 months.
And the weird,
yeah, it's a long time.
And the weird thing is, eventually, the parents and the kid will all just go their own ways. Like there's not even. The what's called a family doesn't exist.
There's no family after that.
No, as soon as the youngins are old enough to jump in the ocean themselves or whatever, the water there,
they just go, never see each other again.
That's what they say in the documentary. They'll pretty much never see each other again.
Mm.
So it's like all that effort, and what's the payoff in the end? You know,
some families that would invite that.
Exactly.
Enough of you.
So the females march back, and they just like get nice and fat. And then the males, they don't really, they don't eat for 125 days, but they store some weird crap in their mouths, because when the kid is born, because the kid is born while the male is hanging out to the egg.
They spit it up?
Yeah, they pretty much open their mouths, and the youngins there feed.
That's great shit from 3-4 months ago in his mouth.
Old plaqued. Trying to eat, he's got plaque breath.
So then they show the female penguins just having a good old time in the water. There's so much food, it's not even funny, getting nice and fat. And then when they feel like it, they decide to march back now to where the males are with the with now the little hatchlings. You know, they're trying to hatch like crazy. And you see the females over the horizon finally coming back. And now the males lose their freaking minds.
Males get to leave?
Oh, they start screaming and yelling. They're making that penguin sound. They're very happy.
Of course they are.
And then the males, because they don't have much fur on them, they pass the young ones back to the females. And now the males' job is done.
70 miles.
And they now go the 70 miles
ocean.
back to the ocean.
After not eating for 4 months, they got to walk 70 miles.
Yeah, and they basically say some of these guys will never make it. You know, they just won't make it.
Penguins stink.
Snapman from Whackbag. In 1 week, Opie went from what the hell is March of the Penguins to I love this penguin movie.
I didn't say I loved it. It was, I don't know. It's better than the garbage that's in the regular theaters for the most part, you know. It was good. It was interesting. But there were a lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. And then the young ones, they're running around all cute, right? And then they showed the birds coming.
Oh, what?
The predators.
Predator birds?
And there's
eating the babies?
Oh, there's one nasty bird.
They never all make it, do they?
There's one nasty bird is just nibbling away at the little baby penguins' necks. And this is where they cleaned it up, because they know they're going to have a lot of kids going to see the movie. They don't really show the bird just pretty much snapping the little penguin's neck.
Little penguin neck.
They kind of play the audio in the background where it's just awful. You just know it's just horrific.
What, little screams, little penguin screams?
You know, it's just horrific. And then they show the rest of the penguins, just make them believe they're not seeing that and ignoring what's going on over there.
Penguins aren't known as being like the tough guy of the nature world.
No.
Not really the tough guy.
So there you go. I figured someone had to go see this movie. We were talking about it for a week.
Yeah.
But it was good. And then I was seeing previews for all sorts of other movies, and I'm like, why don't I go to like these artsy movie theaters more often? The movies seem a little more interesting than going to see like Bad News Bears or I don't know.
I can't take a steady diet of the artsy-fartsy movies.
No. Well, Murderball was cool, and that was just in the arts. No, I think that was in a regular theater, actually.
You're
right?
just the documentary king now.
Do you hear that new Penguin movie they're making where at the end they have a match and a crop duster with gas and flies over and takes care of all that noise?
Now that I'd pay money to see.
Justin on Long Island. What's up, Justin?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Hey, Jimmy, he forgot to tell you the best part of the movie.
Which is?
The daddy penguin, once they do that walk, after they get pregnant, he takes the mommy penguin fishing, and all of a sudden he comes back by himself, and he does the walk back with this masseuse penguin. Punching out, boys.
All right, very good, buddy. So there you have it.
Was she his masseuse? Scott Peters, is that
Really?
what he met Amber Fry? I didn't know
Was
that.
she?
Jackie, New Jersey, what's up?
Hello, boys.
Hi.
Opie, did you see the Good Times Marathon on TV Land this weekend?
Did they really have a Good Times Marathon?
I spent my weekend watching the Good Times Marathon.
Opie, 48 hours of it, 96 episodes, about 500 exclamations of, James!
James! It was so... I hadn't watched Good Times, an entire episode, in a long, long time. This was a marathon, so I watched quite a few episodes in a row. That show was awful. Just horrible. There was nothing funny about it until you watch about 5 or 6 episodes. Then it starts becoming funny because it's so bad. The catchphrases, just the storylines, they were all I can't even not say it. Niggers. It was. Let me say, Jimmy.
What the hell's wrong with you?
And this is why John Amos left the goddamn show, because it was just this stereotypical, awful portrayal of a black family. Horrid. Not funny at all, and just storylines about a wino that they bring into the house and drugs. And JJ's always stealing stuff. And this is all the stuff I forgot. They had remember Willona, the neighbor that lived next door? She had a husband named Ray who left her, of course, and comes back a few years later and tries to get back with her and says that he's changed. Well, he's got to come in and wait for Willona to get back because the horror is she's out with the rest of the Evans family. And what's her name there? The daughter? The hell was her name? Thelma. She's at home doing her homework. Ray comes in. What happens? Ray just pretty much attacks her as she's doing her homework. She's trying to do her work, and he's like, hey, how you doing? Gets right up behind her. Come on, baby. In his pimp attire. He's just like a pimp. John Amos left the show. He left the show after 2 seasons.
Only 2 seasons?
Only 2 seasons. He left the goddamn show because of this bad black stereotypes that were being portrayed on this show. Just horrible. And nothing funny at all. The lines were so bad and so predictable. Cornball.
I like John Amos, though. He's my favorite part of the show.
John Amos, yeah, there was some scenes where he was funny, how he'd get pissed off at JJ. But it just became a big catchphrase. Like back then with TV, that was the point where it started. You needed the Happy Days catchphrase. You needed the standout person that would come on and you'd hear the woo from the audience. And then they got, like, every episode turned into a special episode. And this didn't take long in that show. After a year, they weren't handling comedy anymore. They were trying to cover the issues that were being presented to the black families of the time. And it was just done in a horrible, awful, stereotypical way. Really bad.
I think all shows need that guy that just walks on and gets the applause and does a few lines and then
Oh,
walks
like
off.
Perhaps a neighbor that drops in?
Maybe. Maybe a friend. You know.
Hey, we have David Duke checking in. David, what's up?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Morning.
Just wanted to remind Anthony that our next meeting is tonight and that he should bring plenty of rope for the after-meeting activity.
Oh, Jesus. Why? White people can't use the word.
Take care, boys.
That was that if there was any time a white person should use a word, it was when I just used it, so shut up.
I can think of 655 more appropriate occasions, but that's just off the top of my head.
Because that's what they were acting like on the show. It wasn't... And it was really the first show that presented a black family as the lead characters in this show. It wasn't like All in the Family with the Jeffersons living next door, and that was later on anyway. This was a show based on that, and what they portrayed was this bad, stereotypical black family. They lived in the ghetto, and then I'm like, they had this one episode where this building committee was checking all their apartments, and they were going to give a prize for the best apartment, the way it's decorated and stuff, and Florida was putting new slip covers on the couch and everything. Yet the refrigerator was still filthy. Like they had around every painting that was on the wall was like the dirt spots. Like they painted the set like that, obviously, to make it look like the walls. The front door around the doorknob was just filthy. If they were going to clean up the place so that a committee could come in and judge how well you're taking care of it, wouldn't you take a little Formula 405 to it or something? Maybe just clean it up a bit?
Only slip covers.
Just the slip covers on there. Another one, this episode killed me. And now I'm laughing hysterically at the show. Not with the show, at the show. James! He got a letter that said he was up for this union job that was going to pay $4.50 an hour. And they are talking like they're going to move to a mansion. This is great. They're going to get a maid for James making $4.50 an hour. I understand the show. Oh, it's Formula 409? Thank you, Derek. It made that mistake some other time, and someone pointed that out. 409.
You want to wash out stains with a freeway in Los Angeles. Give me the 10. I spilled something.
I understood what he was saying.
Oh, that's very funny.
Very good.
So James was up for the union job. I'm going to make $4.10 an hour, or $4.50 an hour. They're going to move on up. And he goes, well, Florida, I'm going for the interview tomorrow. Let's have us a party. And Florida goes, well, James, where we get the money? And he goes, just use the rent money. We'll have plenty after I get this job. And I just sat there and I went,
oh, no.
I said it. I said, that's called nigger rich. I remember my mother or uncle or something, if you get like $10 in your pocket and run out and spend it, that's what they called it, being nigger rich. That was the word for it.
Welcome to the Opie and Fat Nick show.
No shit, man.
No, these are... Look, if anyone's offended by this, turn the fucking station. This is just the way people talked, especially back then. And it's the way I'm describing the situation. This was language that was used. And, excuse me, sorry, it's still being used. There are white people... I hang around people that use it all the time. That was a term that meant you were spending your money instead of saving it. And the way it was portrayed on Good Times, that's what they were doing.
You ever pass a joint around to your friends and it comes back to you and it's all wet? What's that called?
You lipped it.
Yeah.
You know what else they call it when you spend all your money and don't pay the rent? Irresponsible.
Right. But don't hang me out to dry here, kids.
Not absolutely. Speaking of hanging,
I am totally being honest with the language. This is terminology like no one's ever heard this before. Has anyone ever heard this before? You ever heard that term?
No, absolutely.
Of course you have.
Never.
You ever scream it out a window?
No, but I've thought it a couple times.
Damn fumble. That was never said in my liberal household.
That was my mother would throw that term around like it was. And yeah, but that was and of course now James goes for the job interview. There was some kind of computer glitch, and James is supposed to be 41, I guess, in the show at the time. The age cutoff was 35 for this union job. And because of a computer glitch, it had his age being at 35, and he couldn't get the job. So he's sitting there and gets all pissed off at the white guy behind the desk, goes back home. They're throwing a big party for him with the rent money, and he's got to tell everyone he doesn't have the job. That is what the show is about. Every episode, there was just this stereotype going on. A far cry from the Cosby Show.
Do we have to play this?
Where that awful word would never come up if you're talking about the Cosby Show. Except maybe sexual harassment. That awful word. What is that?
A lot of people requesting a very, very famous
Oh!
Opie and Anthony bit.
I remember that one.
I haven't heard this in years.
Mm-hmm.
I made a little slip-up on the show about good times.
You certainly did.
Want to play this thing?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the tape.
You know, I stole the Playboy with Florida in it. No, wait.
Florida.
Thelma. James! James! No.
James, Opie's looking at me, James.
No.
Look, I got that big pack of hot dogs stapled to the back of my neck. James! Where's JJ?
Thelma was
You said Florida. Everyone heard it. Opie had the hots for Florida when he was a kid. Come on, everyone heard it. Opie! Come here, give me some loving. Little brown sugar, Opie. James!
That was only until Wheezy came along.
All right.
The beauty that was
Wheezy.
All right.
Oh, if only I could be George Jefferson. I'll move you on up.
Now you've gone too far, man.
You said it, man. Yeah, how about that Aunt Esther, Opie?
Shut up.
Come here, heathen. Oh, man.
Well, let's change the subject and talk about Stephen Lynch.
I could never squeeze out syrup out of that Aunt Jemima bottle without thinking, wow, what a hot babe. Yeah, I'd lose my syrup.
Oh, man.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Opie, hots for Florida from Good Times. Stole the Playboy. That Playboy I never saw, but I guess it's in Opie's personal collection. The one with Florida. James, I'm naked in Playboy. All right.
Son of a...
Look at the picture we got of her on the wall. Check this out. James!
Oh, man.
There she is. Esther Roll. Wow.
She is truly dynamite.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Chocolate thunder.
Oh, it just sucks when you put your foot in your mouth on this show, you know?
What was Hugh Hefner thinking that month, huh?
I don't know. He was on the crank.
All right.
That was after the stroke. Get me Eskimo!
I am trying to change the subject here so bad. Because this could go on for another 3 weeks.
James! Here's the picture, Opie. Are you feeling that tingle? Yeah. Here it is, Opie.
Time to be a free. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Woo!
Opie loves mama. Dynamite!
Good times. Easy credit rip-offs. Good times. Hanging in a jawin'. Hey, we lucky we got 'em.
Yeah. Opie's got good times in his pants.
Woo, James!
Now, JJ, I have company this evening. Opie's coming over. After James got killed, remember that? Yeah. She would have liked a guy like you.
Shut up.
You'd have fit good in the projects.
You'd have to suffer the scrutiny of Michael, the younger brother.
Yes, yes. Remember how angry he was.
That's right.
I don't think Opie would have cut the mustard with his hair and everything. Mama, why you dating that white boy? He's very nice. Now, come on. Let Mama go out with Opie. James! Mama, he's the devil. Well, he sure is the devil in bed. Wait till I tell Walona what he did to me. You know, of course he can't stack up to James where it counts.
You know, this picking on someone is not that fun after all. I always thought it was fun to pick on people.
Oh, it's a blast. Come on this side.
All right.
song about the truth. I wrote it about a lady I was seeing not too long ago. Hopefully I'll remember the lyrics this time. Have a seat and listen. Please don't say a thing. In matters of the heart sometimes the truth will have a sting. Just don't take it personally, this is no attack. But we will never last because I'm white and you are also white. I only like black girls, the brown girls, the cafe au lait, the caramel girls and mocha girls just blow me away. If you are Nubian, I want you to be in every fantasy. But if you're whitey, say nighty nighty, you're just not the girl for me. Woohoo! Well, her body is a turn-on, curvaceous front and back. Her hair is quite literally an aphrodisiac. Don't call it jungle fever, 'cause that just isn't right. I am not a racist, some of my best friends are white. I just prefer black girls, the brown girls, the cafe au lait, the caramel girls and mocha girls just blow me away. Well, if you're a cracker, you better get blacker, or else you best get out. It is no mystery, I like a sister, see that's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Oh man, I hate vanilla ice cream. White rice is so bland. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. But color is not the issue here. It's dignity, it's class. It's all about her heart. Okay, it's partly about that ass. I want me some black girls, the brown girls, the cafe au lait, the caramel girls and mocha girls just blow me away. Well, if you're a honky, you're singing the wrong key. It's the honest truth. The skin that she's dwelling in must contain melanin. That is the fountain of youth. Thomas Jefferson, Robert De Niro was strong thermal, strong thermal, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's crazy. This is what it's all about. Oh, I love this.
Wow! T-Show 36 double D. T-Show 36 double D.
Shoving your breast in everyone's face.
36 double D. T-Show 36 double D.
Oh, wow.
He just will hurt down. Will hurt down. He just will hurt down anywhere.
With the Mount Wednesday.
She'll flash you. She'll flash you.
Hey, I'm all for it.
She'll flash you.
And there's boobs in your face.
I'm all for it.
The guys get
Breast.
Hey! This is what it's all about. Oh, I love this.
Wow.
Whip them fuckers out.
This is fantastic.
It's a fine Whip 'em Out Wednesday here in New York City. WOW is alive and well. For the new listeners, what are you waiting for? Just an extra bonus if you're a fan of the show. Basically, WOW is Whip 'em Out Wednesday. But at this point, if a lady sees a WOW on a truck or a car, she'll flash it anytime. She won't just wait for Wednesday.
No.
We just like to celebrate it on Wednesdays. So you can get your official WOW bumper stickers by just sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to us here in New York City, and we'll send the WOW stickers out immediately. That address is up on opieandanthony.com, but if you have a pencil handy...
grab a pencil.
Or if you don't, just try to figure out when we're going to do this part of the show in the replay, and then have a pencil handy.
Very, very good.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show, XM Satellite Radio, of course. 111 West 57th Street, New York, 10019. Self-addressed stamped envelope, and we'll send the WOW stickers out to you. And what does that mean, Anthony? You throw the WOW in your car?
Yeah. Just throw it on your car, and you drive around, and a girl sees it and decides she's going to show you her titties.
That's right.
That's how it works. I've seen a lot more WOW XM stickers. Of course, you drive around, I see the WOW, the old radio station stickers that we used to give out. But now I'm starting to look and see, ooh, that's an XM one over there. Ooh, another XM one on that van. Yeah, so people are really catching on. You got to put this on your vehicle.
That's why we like to say, the ONA virus. Spread the virus. Slowly but surely it's spreading. Spreading here, spreading there.
Daniel from Alabama. From Bama.
Alabama, man.
Alabama, man. We need that clip. That was hysterical.
Yeah, we play it every once in a while.
Maybe someone in there should be listening to 202, because you just played the same Stephen Lynch song just before you guys came on live today.
Oh, really?
Sex Bagel sucks ass.
No, I suggested that,
Daniel
actually.
says.
I suggested that. I thought it would make sense after that whole Good Times thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that blows. And we have 100 Stephen Lynch songs to play.
Whoopsie.
Sorry, that'll happen from time to time. All right, Space Shuttle. Is this thing going to be all right when it comes back to Earth?
Who knows? There's the cover of the New York Post shows the shuttle and big headline: Trouble, trouble, look out.
I guess it hit a bird.
And then shuttle jitters, debris events at blastoff. They have it in quotation marks. I guess that's what they're calling it, a debris event. And there were a couple of things that happened. A piece of the orbiter's tile came off during separation. A piece of something, some debris, came off of the main fuel tank. And a couple of seconds after launch, a bird slammed into the nose cone.
What are the odds?
Stupid bird.
How do you not see that in the sky?
Right?
Fucking birds.
Birds are scared of everything.
But it's going so...
It's not like you can sneak up on a bird.
You walk and it's like...
Yeah.
It flutters away.
All frightened.
Some out of the flaming rocket you just crept up on you.
Big flaming multicolored thing just whizzing at you. And, I like the way NASA's handling this. They're kind of in a let's not panic state of mind here, and they're going to look at things today or tomorrow. I think they're putting the old robot arm out. They got this new little laser thing on the arm, and the arm can now reach around to the underside of the orbiter, check for everything. Yes, Jimmy?
Of course, I'm thinking, you're the type of shuttle that would lose a tile and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give a reach around.
And that's exactly what the arm does. Kind of gives a reach around to the front of the shuttle, and it's going to check all the tiles. But they have it on film. This was one of the most filmed or videotaped launches ever. They had camera angles from everywhere. Chase planes on the ship itself, the launch pad, lots of cameras. And what they saw was pieces of tile falling off of the shuttle. I got it there on the cover of the news. You can see the little white spots. And it's on the underside, kind of by the front landing gear door, which could be a little touchy. That's kind of a touchy area, a high heat area they call that right there. And then what came off of the fuel tank didn't hit the shuttle, but you see it kind of tumbling away, and it didn't hit it this time. You know, they got to solve these problems. I like how they call it debris. It isn't debris garbage. This is stuff that they put on the shuttle on purpose. When they were building it, It had a name. It has a purpose. If it's just something that didn't belong there, why would they put it there in the first place? But they call it debris like it's garbage. If you're driving in your car and something flies out the window like you empty your ashtray or a McDonald's cup, that's debris. If your door flies off, that's your door. That is something that you need.
Right.
You would notice it's gone. It could present a problem later on. It's not like you're throwing something out. Something maybe falls off a little, I don't know, some garbage from inside. They call it debris like it's, well, we put it there so it can fall off. So there could be a problem here.
Well, we got some audio from NASA. Want to go to that first clip? Talks about the camera underneath the shuttle.
That was a great shot, by the way.
Wasn't it?
You know, they should have had that from the start.
We've never seen the underside of the orbiter like that, especially at separation. That video, frankly, exceeded our expectations. We did not expect to have such clarity.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I think it was way the hell up there when it separated and they finally lost the signal.
Now work on our camera phones.
Yeah, how come our camera phones suck? Video phone, indeed. It is not.
Not yet, anyway.
That choppy crap.
Stop trying to sell me a phone that takes video.
It's not working.
The worst is when they try to take pictures of you. All right, dude. Wait, did it save?
Oh, I know. Let me get a picture with my phone. They're holding the phone up. They can't see anything.
Yeah, wait, what do you do? What do you hit here?
Let me look at it. And they got to go through 800 buttons before they can even look at what they just took. The grainy mess.
Phone cameras, I want to smash them in your faces when you use them. They're terrible.
It's a waste of time.
Have you seen what is coming out now, being sold in some drugstores? You know, they have the disposable cameras. They have those little cardboard Kodak cameras. And then they came up with the disposable digital camera. It's a little odd. You use it, then you take it back to a CVS or whatever drugstore, and they put it on a disc for you.
Yeah.
And you take it home. Now they have digital video cameras. They're disposable video camera for, I think it was $39, $40. You take this thing, you can get 20 minutes of video on it, and it's like half the resolution of a normal camcorder, and very thin. You can fit it in your pocket. You take the video, take it back to them, or you can upload it right to your computer, and they'll give you a disc if you take it back to the store. You return it to them. I guess you get some kind of deposit back. And you have video, 20 minutes of video. So that's another one of these little disposable things. So you don't need your video camera to cart it around with you the whole time.
$40, that's a lot.
That is a lot of money for something for 20 minutes of video.
For bad quality.
Bad quality video. But like anything else, I guess it's going to get cheaper.
Yeah, I was going to say within a year that it'll be knocked in half probably.
Yeah. And then like people have cameras for everything, you know, with their camera phones. Perhaps we'll get more horrible, horrific people dying videos on the news from people having these little video cameras.
All right, let's go to the next clip from NASA talking about the thermal tile that flew off the bottom of the ship.
A little white spot is where a piece of tile may have sheared and part of it came off.
I was reading in the paper today, this is what, the 114th shuttle mission, and they still have tiles falling off?
Tiles falling off. Where is the force field? It's 2005. I want our force field.
How about one big tile that wraps around it so it can't fall off?
Right, like
one giant tile.
Shrink wrap the whole damn thing. Packaging is a nightmare these days. They can't package the space shuttle a little better?
I guess it would just be so goddamn expensive.
I guess.
How would you make something like that?
I think it's in our interest to try it, though. I mean,
and there's so many
space shuttle.
Intricate little nooks and crannies on this thing where every tile is different on this. Everyone is numbered and lettered, and it goes in the same spot. There's no real interchangeable one. That was the problem about having spare tiles. What they have up there now is the means to make a tile in the shape that they need. They have little tile saws and their Elmer's glue or whatever they're using up there to stick these things on, but whenever there's a problem, they can now make their own tiles.
Jeez, all right. Let's go to the next clip here.
It just looks like something peels off and goes away. Now, it does not hit the orbiter. It looks like it clears the whole stack with no problems. But, of course, we're very interested in understanding what this is.
Okay, that was the unknown piece of debris that just flies by the camera.
Yeah.
They're like, uh-oh,
Pretty
what
odd.
else? What else did we lose on this thing?
Now, they're saying it's okay, it didn't hit the orbiter, but it didn't hit the orbiter on plenty of missions. It hit on one, something hit, it just takes that one time. If shit's flying off of this thing and missing the orbiter, eventually something's going to get hit. And at that speed, even something really small can screw this thing up.
So you know what the problem is? They go too fast. Everything's moving too fast. They should just go up slowly.
Go up very slowly, Jimmy?
Take it at an easier pace.
Maybe 55 miles an hour.
That's good. Saves lives.
Speed limit.
All right, let's do the...
That would be amazing.
Rush.
Imagine how long that would take and how much fuel it would be to slowly lift something up like that.
Let's go to the next clip.
Great.
This clip just drove me nuts. They have to do this cutesy shit every time there's a space shuttle going up. Hit it.
Good morning, Discovery, and welcome to tomorrow. The wake-up music this morning was for the entire crew. And in case you couldn't make it out, it was excerpts from the movie Groundhog Day. We were sort of celebrating the fact that you finally broke out of your quarantine cycle.
That's what you want to hear when you're in the shuttle after the last one crashed. Groundhog Day music.
Yeah,
right.
Which means it's just going to happen again.
Over and over and over.
That's very encouraging.
I thought it was a clip of Sonny and Cher. That clip made me puke, too, but... let's play the next one.
It's always such bad quality, the music that they play. It's very tinny. Awful. Yeah, there it is.
That's all you got?
Hawk.
That's good.
Hawk.
Uh-oh.
Where is it?
Would you record that in a car driving by a TV at 55? All right, record. Yeah, got it.
All right, go to 6. Go to 6, then. Let's play 6.
They're gone. They're all gone. You know what today is? Today is tomorrow.
Ugh.
What was that?
Ooh. A clip from Groundhog's Day.
Oh, why?
Great movie, but they're playing clips for the gang up there?
They play like awful stuff all the time. Wake up, astronauts.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
Like, what fucking year? It's 2005. Can we hear something? and everyone at Mission Control is like, we're playing rock and roll for them. The fuck?
Trying to show their hip side.
Yeah. Hey, we beat Sputnik. What? Awful. You're trying to show their hip side.
Yeah.
Pretty Peggy Sue. Uh-oh, Peggy.
What? 2000. Check my calendar.
All right. Enough of that. So we'll see what happens with the space shuttle.
Yes, we will get updates, I'm sure.
Of course.
Make sure they're okay. A-okay to come down.
I'm Burning for You by Blue Oyster Cult would be a nice one to wake them up to.
Oh, that's awful.
Burning down the house. Talking Heads.
That's horrid.
Mark Zupan.
What's up?
Big fan, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I can't say enough about Murderball. Mark Zupan is the star of Murderball. Where are you calling from, Mark?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas?
Yeah, I actually got to go home for 3 days or 4 days or whatever the hell it is.
Got you touring all over the place?
Yeah, I've been kind of running since, I think 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw the movie about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I brought it to the program, talked about it for about 20 minutes, and no one really called, which surprised me. And then I found out that it was only in limited release, and now they're going to release the movie all over the place, huh?
Right. I think it's this weekend. It's going to get wide release. It was released last Friday on, I think, top 40 markets, or kind of more of a limited, but a wider than it was before. So.
Right. You're starting to get recognized a lot?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean,
yeah.
There was the weekly paper, the Austin Chronicle, they did a cover story, so I went out Saturday and shit couldn't go into a bar like, oh, let me buy a shot, let me buy a shot, let me buy a beer.
Yeah, the free drinks rule, don't they?
God, you're not kidding. It was quite nice.
Well, you want to explain the movie to the newbies out there?
Sure. The movie's pretty much kind of like Jackass meets the NFL meets some psycho from a psycho ward. It's full contact wheelchair rugby, so you can hit somebody as hard as you possibly want to or can. And you get commended for it. You don't get punished or yelled at or what have you. Yeah,
these guys all have some form of disability, and and they're just going hardcore into each other. It's a real sport. I thought, no offense, because I didn't know anything about this crap. I thought it was going to be a cute little thing, but you guys are true athletes. You work your asses off. The competition is amazing, and yeah, you take it seriously, and you're beating the crap out of each other trying to win the games, right?
Right. I mean, we're pretty much. I work a 50-hour-a-week job, and I train. I'm in the gym lifting 10 to 12 hours at least, and then in my rugby chair, 10 to 12, just pushing to get endurance shape, and then to play, we play maybe 12 more hours on the weekend. So
doesn't leave much time for anything else.
Did you? Did you ever walk or no?
What's up?
Were you always in a wheelchair or no?
I didn't hear.
Were you always in a wheelchair?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I got hurt when I was 18.
This story is crazy. You want to tell it, Mark?
Yeah, I can tell it. That's cool.
Listen to how we got paralyzed.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it like that, but
yeah, I was out. I played college soccer. We were out after winning a game. I was drunk. My buddy was drunk. I wandered out of the bar, passed out in the back of his pickup. He didn't know I was back there. He wandered out about an hour later, and he hopped in the car and drove. He got lost, and he got lost going down south in South Florida. Spun out, threw me out of the back of the pickup truck, over a fence, over some trees, into a canal where I spent 14 hours hanging onto a branch until somebody found me.
Wow. Holy shit.
Dude, he just wandered out of the bar hammered.
What the fucking odds of that
And
happening?
decided to just kind of pass out in the back of the pickup truck, and his friend had no idea he was back there.
Is your friend all right, or did he die, or did he live?
He was fine. Nothing happened.
Absolutely nothing happened to the guy.
He just got arrested.
Was he hammered?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely hammered.
God damn.
But now you guys are friends again, right? Because you went through a period where you weren't friends?
Yeah. It was...
Because you guys were like best friends, right? Or
right,
pretty close?
Yeah. He was my college roommate. He was... we went to high school together, and you'd have your years. I mean, we'd talk for a year, we wouldn't talk for a year, we would talk for 2, we wouldn't talk for 2. But what was cool about the movie is it brought us back together. We were sitting in Athens after the final game, and I looked at him and I said, do you ever think that we'd be here? He kind of looks at me and goes, not really. I knew we were going to be somewhere, but not necessarily here. I'm like, do you ever think this was the best thing that's ever happened to me? He kind of looked at me and goes, huh?
Huh.
I go, do you ever think this was the best thing that's ever happened to me? He goes, huh. That's interesting. I mean, I call him the Quad Father.
Oh, shit.
So we set up a website, quadfather.net. It's kind of funny. He's like, don't call me the Quad Father. I'm like, why, dude? You got to be pretty comfortable with it. You did make me. And he's like, oh, that's wrong, but I like it.
Jeez, really? There must have been some severe guilt on his part for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was hard. I forgave him the instant he came into I was still in ICU. He came in, he looked like a dog with his tail between his legs. I'm like, what the fuck's the problem? Everything's fine. And I think that lightened it up on him a little, but I mean, he mentally and emotionally had to go through a hell of a time.
Well, it must not have been that easy for you either.
No, but I think it was easier.
Really? That was how long ago? 10 years maybe?
It was 12 years.
12 years? So
yeah.
I'm sure early on you probably had quite a time with it.
Oh, of course. I mean, the first 2 years were difficult. I'm not gonna say they weren't.
Yeah.
You have to figure out what the hell's going on with your life. You're 18 years old. Your independence you had just gotten your independence away from your parents, and you're having fun.
Yeah.
At school, and then you're thrown right back into your parents' house. You're like, oh, okay, but you're in a body that you're not familiar with. You got to learn how to shit, to piss, to eat, to dress, to just live.
Damn.
And once you figure out that walking isn't the most important thing in life, and you can find something else to do, and that's where I found rugby. And it opens the world. I mean, it just opens so many more opportunities. It offers.
Yeah, how did you find it?
It was just time. I mean, I found rugby initially about a month after I got hurt, but I was so focused on, wheelchair sports is cool, but I'm not going to need it because I'll be out of the chair in no time.
Oh, you had that going on?
Oh, yeah. You know, a guy came over to my parents' house and they put down a ramp, and he was gonna concrete bolt it to the step.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, dude, you don't have to worry about that. I'll be out of this thing in like 6 months. And
you should explain that, because when you're injured like that, there's so much swelling, and there are guys that do come out of it eventually.
Right.
And then others, you know, after the 6 months, well, I hear up to like 2 years or something like that, and 2 years later, you're still hoping, well, the swelling's going to go down a little more, I'm going to get a lot more movement back, and unfortunately, it never happens for a lot of people.
Right. I guess the thing is, as long as you don't sever your spinal cord, then it's hard if the impulses even get down to your lower limbs.
Yeah.
It's an incomplete and complete injury. Complete means you severed your spinal cord. Incomplete is it means you may have done damage to the spinal cord, but you didn't completely disconnect the impulses from the brain to the lower body.
Right.
So it's kind of like a frayed electrical cord.
What do you have?
I am a C6, C7 incomplete. So it's like a frayed electrical cord. Some impulses get down there, some impulses don't.
So is there a possibility that if they do stem cell or whatever that you could walk again, or is that completely out of the question?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it because it doesn't. If I could, I don't know if I necessarily would. I don't think I would.
Wow.
Just because
that's interesting.
I've done and met so many people, and the chair to me is normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't bother me. Well, you look at it this way. I have a great ass level view of the world.
Do you find to be in your situation, especially after having been mobile for 18 years, do you ever look at all right, well, this it sucks on one level, but on another level, thank God it wasn't like what happened to Christopher Reeve, where you have no mobility below the neck at all.
Well, I'm very, very fortunate to be where I am, but I don't look back and say, oh, I wish I was still walking, or I wish this, or I wish that.
Right.
I am very fortunate. I am fortunate to have the mobility that I have. Christopher Reeve, to be in his situation would be a hell of a lot more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really sit down and think about it. I am glad that I have the level and I am where I am. But I haven't really, I never really sat down and thought about that.
Yeah. So how did you get into the rugby?
Well,
obviously you were an athlete growing up, and when it was time to move on, you decided you wanted to be competitive again, right?
Yeah, I transferred to Georgia Tech from Florida. I was playing soccer at Florida Atlantic University, and I transferred to Georgia Tech about a year after I was hurt. And I was going to rehab up in Atlanta, and a lady who was my physical therapist was like, yeah, you know what, there's a game I think you might like. It's called rugby. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've heard of rugby. So she brought me down. Her boyfriend at the time, who's now her husband, played. So I hopped in, started playing, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and they, you fix up your wheelchairs and everything. It's almost like, I don't know, you look like gladiators out there in a way.
Yeah, that's essentially what it's like. It's kind of like something from a Mad Max film.
Yeah, you got to see these wheelchairs. I mean, it's all metal, and it's just crazy.
It's like a projectile to an extent. You strap onto your ass projectile, and you
use it just to wail into other people.
Just wail. And they showed in the movie where these guys are falling out of their chairs on their heads. I mean, it's nuts. I got a friend. We met him through the radio show. It's Eddie from Big Brother. He won the first season of Big Brother. He has one leg, and he kept inviting me down to watch him play wheelchair basketball. And I was clueless. I had no idea. I thought whatever. And I went down. I could not believe how competitive it was and how insane you guys are in the chairs. He was playing wheelchair basketball where these guys were flipping and just crashing into the walls, each other, falling down, getting run over. It was nuts.
And your first instinct watching it is like, oh, no, someone help him.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Do you find that a lot of people have that image, like, you're fragile almost and have to be helped?
Definitely. You know, I mean, people always feel like, oh, wait, I can't go talk to him. Oh, he might need some help. Let me go help him.
Mm-hmm.
The worst is if you're pushing up a hill and somebody gets behind you and starts pushing. You turn sideways and you're like, did I ask you to push me?
Right.
Don't touch me. That's annoying.
Turn you around and push you back down the hill. Yeah. You go, smart ass.
What I love about the movie is that you guys obviously show that you're living normal lives, that you have a sense of humor. Yeah, these guys are pulling gags on each other and others, you know, throughout the whole movie. One of his teammates has what? No arms.
No arms, no legs.
No arms, no legs, basically. Just kind of.
He's a quadruple amputee, yeah.
Yeah, stubs for arms.
Right.
And they're in a hotel, you know, and they put him in a box and then invite like. Who'd you invite in?
That was a physical therapist.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a box that obviously would not fit a quote normal human being or whatever, and he's in there because he's so short because he has no limbs, and all of a sudden kind of jumps out of the box and freaks out the lady. And I'm like, these guys rock. And most of you had girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and you explain in the movie that you're all having sex like crazy.
Yeah, I mean everything works fine. It's a fun time.
Thank God for that.
Was that like a big concern at first? Like, you know, like shit.
Well, I mean, you're coming out of the hospital and you're sitting in the hospital and you're like, well, wait, let's see what works. And you're just laying in bed. You're like, oh, okay, this is still good. I mean, you gotta figure out if the equipment still works.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, they show these guys a tape on how they could still have sex.
Yeah, how funny was
that?
How funny was that that vid?
I said on the air after I saw the movie that was really hilarious, and we have to get that film. It was pretty disturbing. I was hoping they were going to show more of that video during the film.
Actually, you know what might be interesting on the DVD extras?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never seen the full flick, but I heard it's pretty bad. It's like a 70s porn.
Really? That's
I mean,
great.
It's that graphic.
Oh, so you haven't seen the film?
I've only seen
the excerpts or whatever.
Yeah, the excerpts of that.
They show this woman completely naked grabbing her boyfriend that is paralyzed in some way, and just giving him like kind of a hug, and then falling backwards onto the bed.
On the bed?
Yeah.
And start going at it.
And then they cut they cut the footage. I thought it'd be pretty interesting to see what happens from there.
Yeah, what?
I think it could have been NC-17 if they would have put the whole video in.
Oh.
Yeah,
we got to get our hands on that.
I can try to get it for you guys, though.
Definitely.
But it was, I loved the movie. I really did. I'm going to go see it again, matter of fact, Mark.
Well, that's cool. I appreciate it.
And who knew that the Paralympic Games, who knew? After the regular Olympics, whatever you want to call it, they had the Summer Paralympic Games using the same facilities in Athens.
Right.
And they just showed a montage of all the sports and these people just, like, taking it way serious, and it was really cool to see, people running with one leg, with the metal leg and stuff, and and just going balls out, man.
Well, the Paralympics are the second biggest sporting event in the world.
Yeah.
Behind the Olympics, and I mean, we just don't get the Paralympics doesn't get the notoriety, it doesn't get the exposure that the Olympics does.
Yeah.
We don't get the funding. I mean, there's a lot of differences, but yet. And
you guys get really pissed off when they try to compare you to the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Well, the Special Olympics, that's, where everyone's getting an award for just being there. These guys, it is the real deal. They're competing for the medals, and, even if they get the silver, they really wanted the gold, and they're disappointed, just like the regular Olympics,
I mean, we're one of. If you look at it this way, I was one of 12 people out of 500 that made the U.S. team. So it's not like, oh, yeah, well, you want to play? Well, why don't you just come join?
Yeah, right.
You don't just join. You got to try out. You got to bust your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
rigorous.
And the coach that is featured in Murderball, he was coaching the Canadian team. What a psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's all I'll say for the people that are going to go see the film.
Is he in a wheelchair or is he walking?
He's in a wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair.
It looks like he's been in a wheelchair his whole life, but he is a psycho, man.
Yeah, he's a piece of work.
So
what irritates you, Mark? What irritates you most is when people are kind of like paternalistic and just trying to, kind of talk to you like you're not a complete person, or that you constantly need their assistance of some sort.
Right. Well, what also happens if you're with somebody else, they'll talk to the other person. It's like, do you think he wants to eat?
You're kidding, right?
It's like, hey, I'm right here. You can ask me if I want to eat.
Does
you
he
can
want to
ask me.
eat?
Yeah. Just anything like that. It's like,
and there's a picture of Mark Zupan on the computer.
Holy shit.
Would you mess with him?
No.
On any level? No, of course not. But they still think he's helpless because he's in a chair. Please.
All right.
This guy would kick your ass.
Damn. Upper body strength. Holy shit.
You look a little like Hetfield. Have you ever been told that?
Hetfield?
Yeah, from
I
across the room.
haven't heard Hetfield. I've heard. I don't even. There's comparisons to Alexi Lalas. There's comparisons to.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't heard Hetfield. That's actually quite a compliment. Thanks.
A little bit.
Very, very good. So.
All
right.
right.
Hey, what about the guy in the movie, the motocross guy?
Keith?
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. I got a.
That was really sad. Just to bring everyone on the same page here. Part of the movie is they show this guy Keith, who was pretty big in the motocross world, and he got paralyzed, and they show him in the hospital just starting his new journey. And man, it was very interesting by the end of the film. But go ahead, Mark.
Well, what's good? What Keith embodies is he's like the every quad. He is me. He is Andy. He is Scott. When we were young, I mean, they could have put in the film just us explaining it, but just to see it, to see the trials, the tribulations that he goes through, it makes it just so much more. But what was cool is Keith. I went and spoke at his rehab hospital, and we put him in my rugby chair. I brought it, and he just lit up like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so happy. He's like, wow, I didn't know this was possible. I didn't know there were other things to do to be competitive at. So for the premiere in New York, I was talking to a lady, I think probably about 3 months before. She's like, I saw the movie in Boston. I want to donate some money. I'm like, all right. She's like, I want to buy Keith a chair. So got the money, got him a chair, and I surprised him at the New York premiere. Everyone was standing up. We called all the subjects down. And he was on the left side of the theater. Since everyone was standing, I snuck down the right side with his chair. I called him up, and he just, again, was blown away. He goes, wait, this is mine? I get to take this home with me? I'm like, yeah, Keith, this is all yours. And I think he finally played on Monday. So we'll see.
What do one of those things go for?
About $3,500.
Wow, pretty steep.
So you're sitting there, you're paying $3,500 just to beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, and you guys do. All right, Mark. Thank you so much for calling the show today.
Thanks for having me.
It's Murderball. It's going to be released all over the country, I guess, starting Friday, huh?
Yeah, it's in certain theaters now, but it's going to go wider. I know it's going to open in Atlanta this weekend, Cleveland this weekend, I think D.C. this weekend.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I mean, you guys, it was inspirational, sir.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Man. Take it easy, man.
Mark Zupan, the star of Murderball. And there you have it.
It's funny, every guy, when he was talking, what every man first thinks is, does your dick work? It's the first thing as a man.
Feedback was.
You want it, but it's like, I don't know if that's out of line to ask. Like,
really?
he mentioned it. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's certain questions you might ask that are just like again, that might be like the push up the hill of questions, like where it's just an insult and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it's uncomfortable. You just don't know what's appropriate or not.
You just don't want to be a shithead. Like,
we're all stupid.
Well, the best part is when he brought up the film, saying, wasn't that hilarious? Yeah. I'm like, oh, good, you do have a sense of humor, because the video is ridiculous, actually.
I got to see that.
It's ridiculous. Well, we've been trying to find it.
Hmm.
We're trying to find the video that was featured in Murderball. So, naked woman just, like, grabbing the guy and just falling backwards onto the bed to get him up on the bed, and that's when they didn't show any more footage. I want to see what happens next.
You'd think if he was offered a miracle cure to walk that he wouldn't take it.
Of course. It's almost like, and it's like you're listening to a guy talking, and he's telling the truth, but it's almost like, I think, in anything, and again, I'm not speaking from experience, but you get to a point where you kind of accept, okay, this is the way it is.
To the fact, here it is.
It is what it is. I'm doing fine here.
Mm-hmm.
But to get my hopes up or to think about the other option is, inexcusable.
Yeah, it would probably just prey on you every day, so you might as well just say, no, this is my life now. This is what I'm doing. if offered this miracle cure that could make me walk, I wouldn't take it, blah, blah, blah.
Stevie Wonder may say I wouldn't take sight, and it may be believable because I don't think he ever saw something. Well, if you've never had something, maybe you can't picture life without it, but if you walked until you're 18 and then you've been hurt for 11 years, I mean, it's... I don't know. I'm not
I think even Stevie Wonder would want sight.
Maybe. I'm just saying if you're born a certain...
just out of curiosity, you know, you're living in a world where just about everyone sees, and, you know, you'd want to know what it's all about.
Probably. I don't know. He's doing fine without it.
It seems to be.
He sure can play the piano. Then again, a lot of them are musical people.
All right. We'll take a break. On the way today, we got Bill Burr coming in. Is he here?
I see him sitting
Where's
right
Bill?
there.
Where?
See him sitting right out there on
all
our
right,
chairs.
I didn't even see him.
In the gallery.
I am Sam. Bill Burr, he helped Jimmy interview some folks at Ozzfest yesterday.
Correction, Billy did a lot of different interviewing. My interviews, I guarantee, are tedious and boring. It was just me groveling. Billy, I did some funny shit.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. I was happy to do it.
All right. Well, we got lots of audio from Ozzfest. We want to go through that with Jimmy and Bill Burr. And then at 10 o'clock today, Paul Provenza in studio. That's very cool. The director of Aristocrats.
Right. Aristocrats.
I went to the after party last night.
You did?
Yes.
How was that?
It was okay. I mean, I came home from... I'll talk about Ozzfest after, but I was very, very tired, so I didn't actually stay for Sabbath. I was too tired, man. I was sunburned and shit. I'm like, dude, just go home because you have to get up in the morning. I thought of the show.
Steve was just a wreck. Walked into the office this morning, and Steve was,
We want to just send him home. He had to go through all the audio and make it so we could play it on the radio.
His eyes were red.
Yeah, he needs to go home.
Apart from being maced, I'm trying to rope somebody with his fat Lebanese fingers.
Big bare arms wrapped around someone.
Oh, he is a creep. Spend the day with that sweaty animal. Child shorts, awful low socks. I want to pull up his legs.
All right, we'll get the lowdown. We'll get the lowdown about Ozzfest next.
It is a natural impulse to grab and squeeze the breasts.
No shit. It's real soft. Almost like pudding.
Yes. A hard piece of ass.
Quite a handful. Yeah.
The nipples are so sensitive that a mere tweak between finger and thumb will give a perfectly good result.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
In case you didn't know.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. XM Satellite Radio with another huge announcement in about a half hour. It's a biggie. Jimmy in studio, Bill Burr in studio, Anthony not in studio. He decided to take a leak, and I warned him just as he was going into the bathroom that he is not going to be happy.
Why?
I don't know if it's one of our guys, but the bathroom is... Here, let's get the comment. How bad was that, Anthony?
Oh.
I warned him just as I was leaving the bathroom as he was going in. I'm like, dude, you do not want to go in there. Is that one of our guys in there?
I don't know.
The guy, while I was in there...
Wait. You walked in, and someone was still in the stall?
Yeah.
I know who it was then.
Who was it?
I'm going to guess.
It was one of our guys?
Does it begin with an M?
No.
I thought it might be Mars.
Was it Martini Steve?
It was Steve.
Steve, what the fuck did you eat yesterday at Ozzfest? Dude, let me just explain.
Wow.
I took a leak.
Steve was washing his hands when I walked in, so I assumed he had just taken a leak.
No.
I thought the guy, whoever the perpetrator was, had left.
Usually you would run out, wouldn't you? You'd wait till no one was in there, listen.
Right.
I took a
run out, wait 5 minutes, and then wash your hands later and be like, Jesus.
I took a leak, and it usually takes me less than a minute, and I'm out of the bathroom. Within that time, you flushed the toilet twice. What the hell were you dumping?
Oh, boy, Steve.
Dude, that was sitting in me since 7 a.m. yesterday.
The smell in the bathroom
is awful.
Well, it's not a shock. As we're driving to Ozzfest, fucking wants to stop. We stop at a rest area. He wants to get beef jerky snippets. And I'm like, why would you eat that? It's 100 degrees out. You want to stand there and eat this?
That along with berries and honey.
How come bee stings don't bother you?
Yeah, that was just rotten filth festering in me since 24
Now
hours
that we
ago.
smelled it,
Oh, my God.
what did you eat yesterday? Now
I'm
I
trying
need
to
know.
remember. It was egg whites. Oh, that was a protein
God,
dump.
God.
That was a protein
Oh,
rich dump.
your system decided to finally release.
Yeah, my system decided to
I
finally
cut down
release.
on the egg whites, and now I'm finally dumping more regularly.
You know what? It had diffused through the entire bathroom,
It's
too. It wasn't
awful.
like you walk past the stall and it was bad, but then you get by the sinks and it's kind of tolerable. That stench covered the entire bathroom. Every nook and cranny of that bathroom. There was nowhere to go to escape it.
That was a protein-rich egg white dump.
And he tried to pawn it off on someone else.
No, I didn't.
Because Opie walks down the hall. I'm walking toward the bathroom. Opie goes, man, it's bad in there. And I'm like, oh, great, I got to take a leak. I walk in. Now, I had assumed whoever was in there had left. So I see Steve washing his hands. So I think Steve was just in there, and I go, holy shit, it stinks in here. And Steve goes, yeah, it's pretty bad. like someone else did it.
Commiserating. He was commiserating.
Commiserating with me.
It was your rotten little change purse stomach
I'm
that
never
caused
really
the
sure.
damage.
I'm really not sure of the etiquette. When you're like, are you supposed to like jump up and take credit for it immediately?
Absolutely.
Okay, I
You could apologize and go, boy, it stinks in here. You should have went, oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I would have yelled it in the office. Go in
Those
there quick.
staples on your stomach are rusting or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that was protein and rusty staples.
Jesus. So how was Ozzfest, boys?
Wow. Jimmy?
Good time?
Yeah.
Jimmy?
I was very happy.
Yeah, Jimmy got to sit down with some of his heroes.
It's going to be very, I predict, it's going to be very tedious audio.
Why?
Because it was, come on, I was shaking.
Were you shaking?
Oh, my God. I think
Did you go test 1, 2 and check the tape recorder?
No, but Steve was the one turning it on and off, and every time he did it, I was thinking, if this is not taping, I'm going to cut his Lebanese head off and kick it.
Yeah. I had a nightmare about that, this thing not taping.
Making
him just
sure it
melting
worked.
Out. Yeah.
And the sound quality was good?
Yeah,
The
well-
levels were okay? It wasn't like when Big Kev took it?
No, nothing like that. It's just that we had to do these interviews either at the Jaeger tent, which is very noisy, obviously, because it's outside, or you do them inside the trailers in what's called Sabbath Village, which is with these air conditioned.
Sabbath Village?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a place that I
You
love
were
to
freely
live.
walking around Sabbath Village.
What Sabbath Village is it's an area behind Ozzfest. Geezer, Tony, Bill, and each have trailers.
First name basis.
Oh, yeah. Terrence, actually, instead of Geezer. Yeah. They all have like a little trailer. And I think Ozzy has just an extra bus, but I think 'cause they're the musicians, they have like a little trailer they can go to behind, off the bus. Only they're back there. You have to have the complete all-access pass to get back there, where they can just mellow out. And
Not
Bill
be
Ward has a little
hassled.
drum set in his, and I guess Tony has guitars, and it's unbelievable. I'd heard about it, but I've honestly never seen it.
Sabbath Village.
I was interviewing retards next to an inflatable chair.
And he's in Sabbath
who was
Village.
screaming out, "Where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy
But
Norton?"
I heard Billy. Everyone said Billy's audio was really funny, and that he got some great stuff. And I realized as I was talking, like, this is going to be interesting to like hardcore Sabbath fans. The guys were phenomenal, but I mean, I was just just talking and trying to like just ask a question and let them talk. I didn't
Did you
wanna
have
cut
to
it.
ask into a mic that you were holding and then put the mic
Yes,
toward them?
I
And
did.
you did a good job with that?
Yeah, they probably felt like Michael J. Fox was holding it in their face. But I mean, at one point, I came off better than I thought I would. Like, I was actually more conversational. Than
You
I
are?
thought. Yes.
Well, that's
thank
good.
God for YSP last
Not like
week.
an interrogation.
No. And I knew enough about them where it just kind of worked for me. I was
Mhm.
I asked a lot of the same questions, though, with the guys. But you interview a band, it's usually 4 guys in a room. Whatever you wanted to ask the band, you ask them.
And
Hard
then
to
each
have,
one answers, but on an individual basis, now you got to ask a couple of the same
You
questions.
have to. It's hard
Right.
to have 12 different, 3 times
Mhm.
whatever questions. 12 different ones.
I hear you.
Right. Well,
I
why
understand.
don't we play some of this audio? We start with Pete, the O&A fan. Is this Bill Burr's audio?
No, this is I did a few before, and then I
Oh.
handed the mic off to Bill, and then we left Jimmy. We left Bill at the Jaeger tent, and then Jimmy and I went off into the Sabbath one.
Jaeger Village. Excuse me.
Jaeger.
Yes. Is this before or after you ate the rancid possum?
Long after.
Oh, after? Okay. Just want to make sure.
Dude, that was brutal, man. I gotta say it again.
Take full credit for it.
Oh man.
We actually rarely in these situations does this work out, but definitely. First of all, Adam Grayer from Jägermeister, everything worked like it was supposed to. The parking, like you go if you go for VIP parking, You're riding in fucking... And, of course, we get there, and this scumbag who looks like Sean Penn, parking attendant. I know, VIP's closed.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, look,
no,
we're
it's
Jägermeister.
not.
It's okay. No, they just called us. It's closed. What happens? We get on the phone. Fucking little Adam, who's just kind of like a short little, fella, comes out and fucking waves his hands, and we go right through it. Everything is as it should be. The O&A van, exactly where it should be.
Did you want to punch the parking guy?
Oh, there's another one later I'll get to.
Yeah.
I wanted to sink my teeth into his face. I was beyond angry with him. I just wanted to hold him and almost lovingly just bite him.
Yeah, there were a few situations like that where you got stopped by some low level on the totem pole security guy, but
just wanna.
But our names were on every list that they were supposed to be on. We had the passes we need.
Isn't that great when it works like that?
Well, it almost, and I'll get into it. This is like a little tease for there was a problem getting back for the Geezer and Iommi interview because they weren't going to let us backstage again, and it was this fucking young kid. Who I can't tell you how bad. I still hope that he was killed on the way home last night. I hope that he was driving with the other girl who worked there, and they were laughing about something happy. We have our whole lives ahead of us, and all of a sudden, fifth of whiskey right into him. Right into them with a station wagon, and I hope he walked away okay.
Jesus. Gets charged with manslaughter. He's out in 8 months.
Exactly. And their young lives are shattered. Non-list reading motherfuckers.
I hate the whole backstage thing. I can't do it.
It's like walking on eggshells is what it is.
And I know people out there like you guys are fortunate enough to go backstage to these concerts.
I was going to be like that. Nerve-wracking.
It stinks on every level.
When you have, they got a sponsor badge. I never had a badge at a concert before, which was the sponsor badge for Jägermeister were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we go back, we do Bill. And as we're going back, these young, I met one of the guys back there. I think his name was Mike. I got to say hello. He's the boss of all the security guys back there. I know. I said Mike. I can't remember who was Mike.
Right.
Huge Opie and Anthony fan. And so we talked. He's like, dude, whatever you need back here, it's yours. We're going to get back again, and these fuckers wouldn't let us back. So they send this monster named Dan out, who, again, thank you too, man, who's also an Opie and Anthony fan. He goes, dude, just hop on the car. You've never seen Satisfaction.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we're supposed to be back here. We're interviewing Geezer and Tony in fucking 10 minutes. And the guy's like, oh, you're not on the list. And then he calls somebody, not on the list. And you got to leave. And the chick, this fucking young chick, who really should be found face down and brushed somewhere.
Was she hot?
Yeah, I really wanted to give her Heine a licking, saucy girl. Saucy, naughty list misser, you. When this kid Dan came out in his gray, they were all wearing yellow, but the bosses wore gray. When Dan came out, also an Opie and Anthony fan, with a cart, and we go, look, we're supposed to be back here. He goes, hop on. I just wanted to turn around.
You didn't give him a look?
Oh, look.
Oh.
I mumbled, fuck and cunt. I was so angry.
Yeah,
Dude,
nice.
Geezer and Tony. I wasn't going back just to, say hello to
somebody.
Right. So they got us in.
But the bitch is, Jim's name was on the list.
We were
There's
on the
no
list.
reason that he should have stopped.
Well, yeah, what list did they say you weren't on?
They're just dummies. They
The
didn't
one
look
they weren't
properly.
looking at.
They looked at the sponsor badge, and I'm like, I said to Dan, we were on the list. He goes, yeah, you're on the list. And he checked it. We were on the list. So, Jäger and...
The problem with backstage,
everything
there's a
supposed to do.
million lists that don't...
Yeah.
They're all different.
Also, this year, apparently, there's 6 or 7 different laminates. I mean, normally there's one all-access laminate that you get. There's 6 or 7 different ones, and these poor kids are looking at these different pages, at these different...
Poor kids, he's calling them.
Yeah, no, they're really unfortunate people that don't know how to do their jobs when you're interviewing people you've loved since 1980. Yeah, you're right, poor kids. I hope they're both dead. Actually, no. I hope they're both below the neck paralyzed, and they're still awake, and all they're hearing is fucking Sabbath songs playing. Fuckers.
Okay.
Let's play some of the audio.
Dan and Mike, thank you so much.
All right. Here's Pete, an O&A fan at Ozzfest yesterday.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Pete.
Pete?
Yeah.
Who'd you come here to see?
Sabbath, Shadows Fall, Maiden.
Is it hot enough for you?
Yeah, it's really fucking hot out here.
Now, what were you telling me before? Who did you want to see come back to the Opie and Anthony show?
Ramon.
Really, you enjoy Ramon?
Ramon shit's funny, man.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'll make sure I tell the guys.
Ramon, bring me some Lysol.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ramon, light a Steve in here.
Wow, a Ramon fan, huh?
That was a first. I was shocked.
Steve hates being with the fans. You absolutely.
Oh, if
hate
there's
it.
one person in here that cannot stand our fans, it is Steve.
Yeah, I've gotten a little bit better. But
Oh, you haven't.
All right, fine.
You're a liar.
You are lying.
You're a smelly, shitting liar.
Ramon.
Oh, sewage in your change purse belly. I'd like some beef jerky tips.
I opted not to have some beef jerky.
Eat some rose lip petals or something.
Rose lip? Did
No,
you
I
say?
say rose petals. I was gonna say
Isn't rose hip? Very good. Here's Bill Burr interviewing one of the fans.
All right. What's your name? Kyle. Kyle. You don't need to yell, man. Just fucking... Huh? You don't need to yell. Sorry, man. The microphone. Look at this. This is a state-of-the-art Opie Anthony microphone. Radio Shack. We got this on the way over here. What would you do to get back here to meet Jim Norton?
Anything but blow a guy because I'm not gay.
You could still blow a guy and it wouldn't make you gay. It would just mean you wouldn't enjoy it as much as a homo would.
No.
Well, that's what you got to do. See that line right there? Those people aren't waiting to get T-shirts. Jim Norton's huge now. Jim Norton's huge now. You know what? The middle of my interviews are good, man. That just goes to hell. I'm trying to take Kurt Loder's job. He's been on MTV for like 30 years.
Oh, it's horrendous. Just standing out this Jaeger tent, all these out-of-shape, sunburned idiots just standing there. You're like, what's going on? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Who are you here to see? I'm just like, I'm terrible.
Gonna rock today. Yeah, rock.
Hey, Bill, look at this. JR on Long Island from whackbag.com. Can Bill tell everyone about his website and spell his last name? He is one of the funniest comedians you have on the show.
Ooh.
It's Bill Burr, right?
Yeah.
B-U-R-R.
Yeah,
B-U-R-R. So BillBurr.com.
Yeah.
There you go.
B-I-R.
Did you ever...
What is he spelling it?
It
doesn't work with one R. Try to.
Yeah, and then give 3 a whirl.
Like he's cold. Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
All right, there's a lot of audio.
You know, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know what the best part about yesterday was? Is when you're meeting all the fans. I love shaking hands in 108-degree weather. I thought of you. It was like fucking just... People should have just walked over with their balls exposed and said, here, rub this with your hand. It'll give you the same feeling as shaking does.
Just that sweaty, clammy mess.
Wet. They were wet hands.
Yeah, wet.
Pure wet.
Passing disease.
Oh, the bacteria.
There's sweat in a petri dish and just throwing it in your face.
The bacteria is shaking hands as they change positions from your hand to his, and
after a few minutes, I would lick my palms clean.
Bill Burr interviews Peter from Soilwork. Is this worth playing? Because we have a lot of audio.
Yeah, you know what I did? I started asking them to do. If it's the second from the second one in, I had them do like little PSAs.
Is this good?
No, this was the first guy you interviewed. I think the guy from Sweden, and you were asking him if he ever got into fights with like the first with the other guitar player. The very first band interview you did, I think.
Oh yeah, I think I would go to the next one.
Go to the next one.
Yeah,
and this is
one of the ones has the ones with the PSAs were good.
All right. Well, the next clip here is Steve again, Martini Steve, interviewing the O&A fans outside the Jägermeister.
Yeah,
booth.
this is just two obnoxious O&A fans.
What's your name?
George Groning.
George, what's your favorite thing about today?
Fucking meeting Jim Norton, meeting Steve C, everybody from O&A, dude. It's awesome.
That's not really what I was fishing for. I was kind of looking for something about the whole rock concert thing that's going on here.
The concert's awesome, but O&A is the shit.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Reggie.
Reggie, where are you from?
I'm from Jackson.
You know it's rude to interrupt.
That's okay. I love XM, I love Jimmy, I love O&A.
That's fantastic. What band did you come here to see?
Iron Maiden.
Really? No other band?
I'm old, so...
That's a lot of bands to sit through just for Iron Maiden.
I'm going to see Zombie, I'm going to see Maiden, I'm going to see Black Label, and I'm going to see Black Sabbath.
Now you're interrupting, sir. That's very rude. What band did you come here to see?
Black Sabbath, he's from the same town, Jackson. Zach Wild, Black Sabbath, Black Label Society, and fucking Zombie.
Thank you, sir.
That ended.
I can hear them sweating.
Yeah.
You could hear that one guy especially sweating and just he's out of breath.
Jackson.
Ready to just collapse from the heat.
You got a lot accomplished there.
Yeah, I know. That ended my fan interviews.
That was it. You were disgusted.
I couldn't stand it
The
anymore.
O&A response, I got Adam said he was very. He didn't say he was surprised. He said it was very strong when the van pulled in because I didn't see the van pulled in. He said it was amazing how the response.
A lot of those.
Yeah, I mean,
there's too many people out there still thinking that we're doing this cute little thing for XM. They have no idea how big this is getting already.
Ugh.
No clue.
There was they gave away a box of shirts.
I just looked over and all I saw was Eric's mouth with bacon and mayonnaise dripping from it, hanging out of it.
You look like you were bobbing for apples in the fucking Planned Parenthood dumpster.
Oh my God.
That's right. Now make a conscious effort to keep that mouth closed. Look at him, old pursed lips.
What is that?
Little straw.
It's bacon. It's turkey.
What's on there?
There's more than BLT there. There's turkey or something. That's all bacon?
That's bacon. That is a slab of bacon.
That's going
to
be
Crisco on top.
Your dump is going to be worse than Steve.
I was just going to say.
With all that mayo.
You thought mine was smelly with you.
It's too hot to be eating mayo. You can't take a chance like that.
At least keep your mouth closed. You're fucking chewing and yodeling at the same time.
He's got mayo packets on the side just in case he needs more mayonnaise.
Nothing better on a hot day than pork.
Eric's innards, I'd love to get in there and just look around. One time we were just chit-chatting and he was having a sandwich and there wasn't quite enough fucking heart clogger on his sandwich, so he sucked the mayo out of the package.
Did you really suck the mayo out of
once.
the little mayo packet?
He does that just about every day.
He loves mayo.
That mayo.
It's just awful.
He doesn't like the waste either.
It's not good.
No.
You should be a big fat guy. There's all the stuff you eat.
He's young right now, but you wait, Eric. You give him a few years.
How young a lad are you?
27.
What?
27.
27?
And he's already been in radio, 12 years? 10? I knew you started young.
27's when you start to go down.
The big 3-0 is when the body starts changing. The stuff you were able to do in your 20s, you're not able to do in your 30s because it just packs it on.
A few years, you're going to be singing WOLD by Harry Chapin. How you got a tie around your gut and you're doing high school.
All right, we got some audio from Zach Wilde. There's so much here. I don't know which ones to play. What do you think, Steve?
Let's see.
What tracks are the?
He got.
How are you dealing with the heat? Is that good?
Nah, that was at first just because Zach and his whole crew he rolls with are all dressed up in tight black leather, vests and.
Did you just say his crew that he rolls with?
You got to see these guys. Yeah, I did say that. Sorry. He's got his whole entourage is
roll.
Ramon, bring me some hip-hop dialect.
That was hip-hop?
That was worse than that shit you just took.
Wouldn't you just say the guys he hangs out with?
Yeah, he's rolling with.
But
he and his boys, word is bond, we're very hot.
His posse, if you will.
Correct. Let's see, the...
we got to hear from he rolls with. Give me that sandwich. I want to mush it in Steve's eye.
Zach to the wild.
Zach to the wild.
Oh, he talks about...
Now, Zach, y'all been playing for quite a while.
Y'all been representing.
Jesus.
You're finding it hard to hold it down.
I want to paralyze you with a rock.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'll talk.
I want to hear, is there the opening salvo, the first question, no matter what it's about or anything? I just want to hear Jimmy's first question.
Zach just started talking. We did Bill Ward first, and then we did Zach. And Zach's an animal. He's familiar with the show.
Yeah.
He bathes, I'm sure, at times. He's just a sweaty, and he doesn't care. I mean, he sits down and he just starts going.
Yeah?
Yeah, Zach doesn't care.
We asked him,
easy interview. Good.
We asked him about the whole dime bag thing. Like, has he changed the way they deal with touring or security since the whole dime bag?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I had a stupid moment with that too. I didn't know.
You did?
I've seen part of the video. It's called In This River.
Track 7, yeah.
It's a really cool video, which became like a Dimebag tribute. But I didn't know. Someone told me that those were Dimebag's kids in the video because I saw it for a minute in Camden at that Ozzfest. So I asked him about that, and it turns out Dimebag didn't have kids. So I felt like a dick. I mean, he wasn't a dick about it, but I was like, ugh.
All right, let's go to the audio here.
You have an amazing show of force here. I mean, it's fucking. It's like a compound here, man. I mean, there's nobody gonna cause a problem here. Did that scare you and make you want to bring more people and go that there are some crazy people out there? I better make sure I'm a little bit, surrounded with people, or did it not affect the way you do business at all?
No, not at all, man. I mean, that's why I would never go down to a show and hurt any. I would never go down to an Ozzy show and hurt Ozzy or do it. When I was a fan, I mean, I still am. But I mean, it's just like. You're going down to see Randy Rhoads. You don't hurt Randy Rhoads. You go down to, without a doubt. All we do is go up there and like high five after every solo Randy does. You know what I mean? Because you're seeing greatness. You know what I mean? So
there you go.
I already hate my own voice.
Jimmy.
I'm listening to this. I'm wishing that Steve would just have the fortitude to take my head and crack my teeth against the console.
You did fine, Jimmy.
Security compound. Fucking rambling asshole. I love it. Happy to be there.
Now I can't wait to hear more Jimmy.
It's awful.
You are really a stammering ass.
Dude, and there was one point, I mean, with Zach, I wasn't that nervous because Steve was holding the mic. And it was good, too, because sometimes I would ask a question, and then he would hold the mic by my mouth while he just went into a fucking place where he's scooping honey out of a pot. Fucking creep. And Zach is talking. And I actually had to move his hand once. Like, the one with the mouth moving and the sound coming out of it? That's the one you hold the mic on.
That happened once. Large grizzly.
Let's go to Kevin in Philly. I guess he's a new fan. Kevin, what's up?
How you doing, guys? I'm just a little curious about the story behind this whole Ramon thing is.
What, buddy?
You don't know who Ramon is?
Oh.
I'm telling you, we're getting new listeners every day. That's the weird thing.
All right,
I've been
quick.
listening for a couple months, and I love you guys, and this is the first time I've ever heard that.
Quickly. Ramon is part of a promo that Steve does for the show. You know those little promos, those little humorous little sound things that are dropped in every so often during the show?
Well, this is nothing like them.
Hey, we can play a quick Ramon promo for you. Listen to this. Hold on. I'm going to play a promo
Rich
for
guy
you.
and his houseboy is what it is. Ramon is the houseboy.
Let me play this, and then we'll explain. Hit it.
That's great.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony. Ooh, it's in my shoes. Ramon, clean this up.
See? Now he's the rich voice guy that does voiceover work for movies or wherever they need voiceover work, and his houseboy is Ramon, and he does unspeakable things just to satisfy the old man.
Great. Sounds good.
Exactly. Kevin, I'm with you.
That is the perfect reaction. Great.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good on paper.
And your next question should be, I listened to the show. Why?
Can you pay for those cell phone minutes?
All right, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah, really, right. All right, anything else on the Zach Wilde interview we want to play?
Anything else? How about anything at all? I'm telling you, I'm a bad
Anything
interviewer.
with Jimmy on it.
Nah. Well, there's so much audio. I don't know if we could get to all of it, so I'm trying to just get to the...
Talks about going with double duty with... He's very respectful towards Ozzy. He talks about a prank he pulled in Philly where he wore a dress with his whole... He brought his whole group of guys into a mall in Philly.
Group of guys?
Yeah, Zach loves homo humor.
Yeah, he does.
He lives for gay humor.
Yeah.
He's a big biker. They love that shit.
And by that, you mean the crew.
Yes.
That he rolls with.
Yes.
I'm not going to get out of that one.
They were dressed like bitches.
All right, let's play the audio from the prank here, all right?
You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia. I mean, Kim from YSP, who was in love with you, was telling me that you did something in a dress. I don't know what it was. Did you go on stage in a dress, or did you do something in public with a dress? It was really completely uncalled for. And
Something
hilarious.
in a dress. Anything in a dress.
Dress. Anything with a D in it. Fucking asshole.
Hamna.
Just so happy to be communicating. Make myself sick.
I love it.
Hamna. Shove for the future.
Dude, I knew it too. I fucking knew this was gonna happen. It was just gonna be. It's fine. I mean,
It's adorable.
It's not
what
adorable.
it is.
It's like a
irritating.
big clock right behind it, like whoever he's interviewing. In 10 seconds, he will be kicked off this bus. When did you start? When did you start? You play guitar?
You had a dress, you wore a dress, you had bought a dress. Something with a dress. It's like on the $25,000 pyramid with Zach Wilde. Something with a dress. You wore a dress. You had a dress. The things guys like a homo do? Pass.
I got to hear the beginning of this again. All right, listen again.
You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia. I mean, Kim from YSP, who was in love with you, was telling me that you did something in a dress. I don't know what it was. Did you go on stage in a dress, or did you do something in public with a dress? It was really...
I don't even need the answer.
I don't even.
He said dress like 18 times.
Oh, it's awful.
Something in a dress.
Yes, dress.
Zach, what's your address? I need something with a dress.
Oh, God. And hit the bell every time he says dress. Ready? In this question. I want to try to hear the rest of this.
You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia. I mean, Kim from YSP, who was in love with you, was telling me that you did something in a dress. I don't know what it was. Did you go on stage in a dress, or did you do something in public with a dress that was really completely uncalled for and hilarious?
He tried to, like, reshape that question every time he started to ask it. Like, no, that's not the right approach. Let's try this approach. Fuck that. Abort! Go to this way. Go this way.
Someone else told me about the dress. No, I knew about the dress. It was hysterical with the dress.
Women wear dresses sometimes, and we... You're a fan of the birdcage.
Oh, is that fantastic?
We're smashing your face. We should have been down there helping out with this whole thing, but
you could hear his little heart pounding.
Oh, he's freaking out.
You kept waiting for them to realize, wait a minute, you're Jimmy Norton. Go away.
Just leave. Old Jimmy Norton.
Oh, kept waiting for my professional mask to fall off. You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia. I mean, Kim from YSP, who was in love with you, was telling me that you did something in a dress. I don't know what it was. Did you go on stage in a dress, or did you do something in public with a dress that was really completely uncalled for and hilarious?
Oh, see, I like when he goes, it's uncalled for. Oh, fuck, that's going to piss him off. And hilarious.
Uncalled for. And hilarious. Don't hit me. Don't kick me out.
Don't kick me out. Yeah, this is my moment. Don't kick me out, please.
Every question I ask has to have a disclaimer.
I know.
Believe me,
I love it.
I'm a worm.
I absolutely love it.
It is the cutest interview ever, Jimmy.
Awful.
Don't you worry about it.
Tee-hee.
I love this new character, Stuttering Jimmy. Want to hear the answer, or?
Oh, who cares about that?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Here's Zach Wilde.
But if it was, I'm sure it was us. If it was definitely gay, I'm sure we pulled it off.
Of course.
You know, when you got guys that are weighing about 265, 250, 245, you know, with dresses that they're bursting out of. And, you know, we got to make sure the dresses are for like a 13-year-old pubescent girl, you know what I mean? So it's like, she hasn't even hit puberty yet, so, you know.
She said you went to a mall. You were in a mall or something like that with a dress, and you had like your chain wallet. She said it was like the most ridiculous thing she'd ever seen.
That's where it was at. Yeah, it was out in.
Why are you talking so fast?
Oh my God, it's a mile a minute, Jimmy.
Mall. Was it a strip mall? Was it a big mall?
All kidding aside, were you just
freaking space in this mall?
Were you just freaking out inside? Was your adrenaline just racing through your veins?
I talk a little quickly when I'm
scared,
and it was Zach's bus. Zach was going on. We did have to press for time with him because his whole family was there. And he did have to go on soon. He was going to do a signing and then go on. So his brother was really cool, but he's like, look, he's got to kind of be quick just because we have a signing and then the show. So I was like, kind of knew that.
And his dad walked on the bus just as we got there, like 2 minutes after we got there.
What a nice guy his father was too. Hi, boys. You know, just
his father's this World War II vet, very cool guy. But all of a sudden, Zach wants to go hang with his family, and we're in there.
When I ask questions about dresses, he's got family there.
What do you ask Zach though? I mean, he played with Ozzy. What am I going to do that's anything remotely interesting? I've been interviewed, so I've had that. I've been on the other side, and I know that the thing I normally like is I hate when interviewers try to be funny with me. That never fucking makes me laugh. I just want to ask me a question, let me answer when I'm finished, ask the next one, and let me talk until I'm done. That's what I like in an interview.
Well, we missed the obvious. We have to go to John in Jersey. John, go ahead.
Yeah, Norton, you sound like Jonathan Edwards from Crossing Over.
Crossing Over?
I'm getting a D. I'm getting a D.
Getting something. I'm getting a dress. Something with a dress. Does somebody in here wear a dress or had a dress? Did the departed wear a dress? Some type of dress.
Something with a D. Dignity. Does anybody have any? I would really could use a helping.
Oh, is that great?
It's coming in like crazy. He sounds like John Edwards. That's funny. And then Byron. What's up, Byron?
Hey, boys. Hey, Jimmy, I want to know if that's you or Rain Man doing the interview. I'm bunching out.
All right. I got to back up a little bit. I'm going to back up a little bit.
He was just scared, is what everyone's saying.
Of course
Leave Jimmy alone. He was scared.
So, you know. She said you went to a mall. You were in a mall or something like that with a dress, and you had like your chain wallet. She said it was like the most ridiculous thing she'd ever seen.
That's where it was at. Yeah, it was out in Boston, or we were hanging out.
Yeah, but was it a mall?
Something like that.
Sounds like that Chris Farley character.
A bunch of grown men.
That happened. That was awesome.
We made sure.
You wore a dress.
You wore a dress? It was awesome.
But yeah, it was definitely beyond gay. It was a bunch of grown men, And we made sure, we went to like a Victoria's Secret and just got the most insane. No, where you just, I can get you in the smallest stuff that like a 13-year-old will wear.
Oh, of course.
And you're just bursting out of these dresses and everything like that.
You just gave him an idea. Thank you.
13-year-old at Victoria's Secret. That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Are we done with Zach Wilde, do you think? Anything else that comes to mind here, guys?
Great.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think he was just really. You realize that he's very respectful towards Ozzy. So if Ozzy asked him to come back and stop doing what he was doing, he'd go and do it. And
in a second.
Yeah.
In a second.
And they're doing really well, man.
Jimmy, anything else you want us to play from that?
No, it's fine, man. It was just he's fun to have in the studio because he's just an animal. He's a fucking animal.
We must save those. Go through the questions.
Oh no, we got tons more. We got the Bill Ward interview, the Tony Iommi interview, and then we got some more of the Bill Burr stuff.
I gotta say,
best thing I got people do PSAs.
That I want to hear. Yeah.
All right.
PSAs.
Should we take a quick break? What do you got there?
I was just gonna say these guys. We obviously play only small clips. Bill Ward gave us over 30 minutes total. Iommi, who was the shortest, gave us almost 10 minutes, and Geezer 17 minutes. These guys gave us
That's
a
pretty
lot
nice.
of time. And I got a plea before from Sanctuary Records. Kevin, how do you say? Is it Chairmate?
Tremonti.
Tremonti. Fucking hooked this whole thing up. You can't get near Sabbath on show days, and he used all of his powers and all of his skills.
All of your skills.
And he was there for us the whole time, man. Kevin, thank you so much for helping us at Sanctuary.
It sounds like you had a great time.
Dude, it was fucking...
Dream come true.
Between all the guys at Jaeger, Adam at Jaeger that helped us, all the people at Clear Channel that got us passes and passed all the guards, the security guys, everything fell into place as it should have.
First time it ever actually all worked.
Yeah.
It never always works, and at this time, everybody was on the ball and fucking helped us.
Always getting screwed, always walking on eggshells.
Except for that one cunt.
Well,
right.
Yeah, the guy and the girl, but they, in fairness to them, they were young and they didn't know any better, but the guys with the gray shirts, Dan and Mike.
All right, let's say hi to Rick in Minnesota. Rick?
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
Not too bad. I got some wacky radio for you.
All right.
Cool.
These girls are fake moaning for some Def Leppard tickets. Hold on a second.
Why did you pop afterwards? What the hell was that? That was just weird. She popped. Wait.
So the people at the home let you make one phone call, huh? Yeah, I want to listen to that.
Oh, my.
That sounded like a... Is she still on the line?
Yeah, she did it again there for us.
Sounded like a retarded kid going down a hill on a slide or something.
We got to get some info from you.
Yeah, we do.
Faking it for Def Leppard.
Stay where you are.
93X. Yeah, stay right where you are. The authorities will be there shortly.
All right, one of you girls got to do it now.
Yeah, Ashley, how come Ashley and Jessica aren't going to partake?
We'll give you some help. All right, you go. And then we'll play some in the background.
They don't want to. They're not interested. Good. They don't do it.
Girls.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. We like that.
Family restaurant.
Is Cassie going to do it for us this morning then, or no? Is she out too?
She's shy.
I don't know how to fake it.
Oh, hey now!
That's outrageous.
Wow.
Shit, I said, no, I can't.
3X technology.
Another show with a chick in the studio. Ugh.
Right.
Is this Minnesota?
Yeah.
Well, that's different, girl. I
God.
put her in. But you know what? What if we did that? Okay. Yeah. And then we combined it. This is going to be the best. This might send one of us over the top. Can we get this right?
Uh-oh.
And then this.
Oh, you throw in Maria Sharapova.
Oh, man, if you close your eyes, sounds like a dream come true.
Women's professional tennis, you got to know it. That's fantastic.
Sounds like a weekend over at Culpepper's place.
All righty, well, Jessica and
Ashley, is that right?
Yeah.
thanks for you guys again. Thanks for coming in. Well, thanks for wearing your outfits.
Yeah, those outfits are awesome.
Thanks.
You can see them
They don't work there?
Hooters in Burnsville today.
How was that, guys?
Thank you, I guess. So what was going on? They were moaning for Def Leppard tickets?
Yeah, I don't know what the whole deal is, but yeah, they needed a moan for Def Leppard tickets, and yesterday was really good. They had some really good ones, and this morning they had some couple of really retarded sounding ones.
Yeah. You know what would make her moan real good? If you chopped her arm off for Def Leppard tickets.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they were talking about that earlier today on, they're talking about, how the hell could girls even, fake it and stuff like that. And one of the other guys that was in there was like, maybe you guys just ain't able to please them. They had a bunch of girls from Hooters that were in there. And there's like, they're like,
Hooters
yeah,
girls.
we dressed up and stuff, and I've never faked it before. It's like bullshit. Every fucking person, every girl out there always has.
Hey, Rick, is that one of your big shows out there in
what's the name of the
Minnesota?
This
show?
is a 93X half-ass morning show.
Half-ass morning show.
It's actually pretty good. It ain't too shabby. I've listened to it for a while.
Yeah, how about
and
that?
then I just got XM for about 8 months ago and listened to you guys and the replays. It's awesome.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, we love the wacky radio alerts.
The fact that he said not too shabby makes me want to take a razor and cut his gum line.
Wacky radio alerts on the Opie and
Yeah.
Anthony program. What? Type it there, James. What's that about? Line number 1.
Because it wasn't showing up on the screen.
What about James? We're
is
not going there anymore.
We're not going there anymore.
We beat that guy up in
Eric. Not going there anymore.
All right, so
Whatever that is.
we'll take a break and we'll get into Jimmy Norton interviewing Bill Ward and Tony Iommi after the break. How's that? And I don't know where the geezer
It's not cut up yet. It's not cut up.
Oh, it's not cut up? All right.
It will be.
And we're trying to get Eric Logan, ELO, on the phone because XM just announced a huge deal with Napster.
Huge deal, Napster?
Napster.
A big deal with Napster. Napster and us with a big deal? Napster?
Well, a lot of the, XM players that are coming out, one was announced yesterday, and there's going to be others announced, I guess. They're going to have MP3 capability.
Yes.
So you could download the music onto the same thing that you're listening to live satellite radio. So
Technology.
So it's a huge announcement. We're partnering up with Napster.
I actually prefer, and I know I have an iPod and stuff, but Napster, the thing I like about the new Napster is I don't mind paying for the songs, but I like for some reason, fucking iTunes on my, I don't know how it is on most PCs, screws up and it starts to screw up when it plays. My media player's a lot better, so I'm going to actually switch to the...
Switch over to that?
Absolutely, yeah. Not just because of the big deal, but...
So that's really
sounds better.
Really cool. You got the something like the MiFi. You're listening to live programming. You're also listening to a program you record into your MiFi. I'm just using MiFi as an example because that's the one I use. And eventually, then you're also going to have the MP3 capability as well. That's just amazing. By the end of the year, I guess you'll have all of that going on in one unit.
And Sirius, by the way, has just announced a big deal with Kazaa, so you can go online and download shit videos if you want to.
The hotline's ringing. I have no idea who this is. Is it Elo? Hello? I was trying to beat Danny to the punch.
Hello? Oh, he's got it?
Yeah, now he's got to screen the
No.
call. Oh, they're saying...
Ben's making the hand to the throat thing like, no. Don't
talk about who's
don't
on
even
the hotline.
talk about
Don't
it.
go to the
hotline.
hotline.
Oh, my God, whatever you
Who's
do.
on the hotline? Who's on the hotline?
Don't pick it up. The call's coming from inside the house.
That's right.
It's Earl.
Earl?
Oh, then you were 100% right.
Yes,
Is
stay
that
away
who
from
it
that.
is?
Thank you, Ben. You
Why
did
is he
save the
calling
show.
the hotline?
Ugh.
Earl is anti-entertainment. If it gets near entertainment, it cancels it out and could destroy the whole universe. Awful man.
All right, we'll try to talk to Elo about this Napster deal. It seems like it's another big one for XM. And we'll get back into the audio after this.
It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday.
How about that woman that took her shirt off?
It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. Show us your button. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. Oh, this is fantastic. This is beautiful. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. Cancel your appointment. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. Stay out the bushes. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday. It's Whipple-Mouth Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
right, welcome back to the Opie and Anthony show. We got girls moaning. We're going to have that for a while. Matt from Attleboro, Mass. said, holy shit, that guy should be given credit for the wacky show, the guy that called in. It's the first time this bit's ever been done, and it really worked. Clear phone, timely manner, stupid bit, and his dumb ass isn't constantly talking. So, yeah, that guy that called up with the wacky bit, job well done.
Bravo.
We're always talking about how that bit never works because the people are such idiots that try to put their phone... They either keep the phone too far from the speaker and they're going, you guys getting this? You hear it? Do you hear... Or it's right next to the speaker, so you're just picking up, like, the magnetic resonance from the magnet in the speaker.
Wasn't
Horrible.
that wacky?
Zany, right? Didn't hear shit, idiot. Yeah, he did it. He did it properly.
Because we really do love that bit.
Yeah, when it's a stupid, wacky radio bit.
When it's done right, it's great. Okay. All right, we did that. So what do you want to play next? Huh?
Bill Burke.
Yeah, Bill.
Bill! You want to save the Bill this stuff?
Yeah.
Save this or play this?
No. The stuff that Bill
stuff?
recorded. Yeah, that one.
Drunk O&A
Bill's
fans?
gotta leave soon.
You have to leave soon?
Yeah, I have an audition for a wacky sitcom at 11. Yeah.
Zanerific.
Hey, look
Anything
at
you could talk about? Who's involved in the project?
Oh, is there anybody connected, attached to it?
Attached to it, that's the word.
No.
Anyone attached to this one?
No big names yet.
No big names yet?
No. This is a sitcom. I mean, they never even make it to air anymore.
No, not at all. It's got to be a reality
Took
show.
10 guys auditioning for that part and put it in a fucking house, had them all live together.
Then it's
you
a show.
Guaranteed 16 episodes or whatever it is.
Isn't that just disgusting? There's nothing really good. But I'm guilty of watching a couple of these, like the stupidest ones, like that stupid cooking one. I've been watching the stupid cooking show with the English guy that yells all the time. And just, every episode it's the same thing. Get on your station. Get back to your station. And then the restaurant goes so bad that the orders are taking an hour to get out, and he always ends with, shut it down. And they close the whole restaurant and kick the patrons out. They kick everyone out. They didn't get their order.
I always watch that one where they make the customized motorcycles. What's that one?
Oh, yeah.
American Chopper.
It's the
American
same
Chopper.
episode every time.
Every single goddamn time.
Carburetor doesn't fit. What do you mean doesn't fit? Doesn't fit. Oh, Dad's gonna be pissed. Fucking carburetor doesn't fit.
Well, why didn't you get the right part?
You guys gotta get this bike done by tomorrow.
Well, maybe if you did something instead of just sitting around. I was here till 10 p.m. last night. They're always
And then
just
they always
yelling.
finish the bike, and then, I was
Always.
real happy. I was real psyched the way he thought about it. And then next week, same shit.
Same shit.
Spark plug isn't gonna fit in that.
What do you mean?
I watch it every fucking time.
Week. Every week.
It's always the same bike with that big fat tire in the back.
You think
Some
the
sort of
father-
Spider-Man kind of shit?
You think the father could still take his son?
Oh, I don't know. They're both.
He's fucking old school, man.
Yeah, he'd throw him a beat with like a crowbar
No,
or
that's the
something.
2x4.
Yeah, grab a piece of wood and hit him
Take a
with it.
chain to his own family member. That's the fucking old school dude.
Is that true? Gordon Ramsay is on the show on a Monday?
Yeah, we got
the
him.
chef guy from
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen.
Dave in Jersey. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Bill, I just wanted to say hi to Bill and say I saw his show in Baltimore about a month ago, and it was an awesome show.
Yeah, you and 16 other people. Thanks for showing up, man.
It was the show with those idiot girls who were in the front row who were unwrapping their presents during the show.
You had
Are
girls
you kidding?
unwrapping.
What was it, like a party, a little shower or something?
yeah, the bachelorette party.
Oh, you cunt.
And they brought the presents to the comedy.
And they were like literally having their party
Having
while
their
I was on stage in front
Working
of
their
like
ass off.
20 people.
Can you?
Oh my
the
God, Mandy!
gall.
Thank you. That was so sweet.
I got some
lingerie
from
Victoria's
Where's Richard Speck when you need him?
Oh.
And it was totally...
a dress. You got me a dress. I love a dress. Where'd you get this dress?
Oh yeah, it was all those those little fancy bags, and there's like that fucking that
Little
paper
paper
mache
coming out
shit
of it, the
coming
little
out of it.
green paper
Yeah.
and
So
stuff.
that's not too noisy, right?
Oh, it's
Jesus.
horrendous.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Oh,
crinkle.
Phil's doing his act in front of this?
Oh, it was
You fucking bitches.
You guys don't
you know
get.
what's funny? That
you don't
shit
get paid
happens
enough.
so often. I can't even I vaguely remember that.
You guys are just shit on that stage. You're trash to these people. They're going out for a night. They don't care what you're doing, what goals you have in life, your act that you work on to get up there and do. To them, you're just blah, blah, background
then when you
conversation.
snap on them, they can't believe it. They're
Yeah.
like, well, we paid
gall.
to come in here. We weren't talking to him.
The balls
Yeah,
of
it's
you
like,
to
lady,
actually
we're
snap
talking.
on
You're
them.
fucking interrupting the whole thing here.
Holy shit.
This is why I hate audiences, because you come out to be entertained, and you never take any responsibility for the fact that you may not be entertained. Like, sometimes we suck, as Billy will know, or I know, sometimes we're bad, but other times it's their fault, and that table of whores would never take responsibility for the fact that they probably didn't hear half his joke.
No.
He'll yell at them, and they'll go, well, you're not funny, that's why we're not laughing. It's like, no, you fucking holes, you're talking.
They'll
They
go
never
home.
take
They
responsibility.
will go home and say, hey, you went to the comedy club last night? How was it? Not that funny.
The hot girls are the worst because no one has ever told them to shut the fuck up in their life.
Right.
So it's almost like guys' fault that they're like such cunts because no one has ever just stepped to them and been like,
We have to take responsibility
Yes.
for their bitchiness.
So when they have like this look like they can't even believe it, then they try to get like support from other people around. And of course, every guy at the table supports them because they're still trying to fuck them.
stick it in.
Yeah. It's just terrible.
Guys are the weasels. They really are disgusting. They just stick up for these broads. Hey, she's a lady. I had one guy. I was working on my. I was working on a Tonight Show set. I wasn't cursing, and this motherfucker from the side goes, "Hey, I want you to tone it down. There are ladies here."
Are you shitting me? And
no,
he was serious.
Nathaniel saw it. Stan was at that show, and
He was
just
serious.
I thought he was kidding at first.
Was it 1930?
Hey, dude,
Tone it down, eh? I got my game with me. These are fancy broads.
And he was with his awful family. And
Putting his coat over a mud puddle. In a shithole comedy club.
What an ass!
And I think when I realized he was serious, I cursed.
Yeah,
I know
then
there's
just-
ladies here. I'm trying to fuck them. And then it got ugly. And I really wanted to. I just wanted to fucking take this guy and just poke my finger into his chest.
Tone it down. Do you know where you are, you idiot?
And I wasn't cursing.
Yeah.
I was doing the massage bit, which killed at NBC, by the way. And he was a little offended.
He was offended because there are ladies here.
There are ladies here.
Ugh.
Literally
That's
trying to get
amazing.
some pussy.
Dude,
by making
At
you
your
look
expense.
Like,
That phony chivalry.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, did you see how I took care of that guy? You girls, I don't like that you're hearing this.
He was a little older too. He wasn't like he wasn't like a young wise. There's nothing worse than one of those fucking wise guys tries to act like I'm a gentleman. Hey, there's a lady here. Oh, sorry, you weren't extorting somebody at the moment, shithead.
A lady here, and then they get out. What the fuck are you doing,
Yeah.
you cunt? You almost scratched my fucking car. Get in the car, Marie. Get in the fucking car. That's the same lady he was telling you to be nice and
breaking a bottle over the bridge of your nose.
Yeah. You looking at him? You were looking at a fucking nigger, weren't you? You motherfucker. She's a lady. Don't talk to her like that. How many times did I say that word today?
I don't know. We're all uncomfortable. You're saying it a lot today for some
I'm
reason.
just throwing
what
it in.
happened to you on the
I'm
way to
trying
work
to
today?
desensitize it. All right.
Like Lisa Lampanelli.
They say.
She's out there.
Okay, we should play.
Anytime you do anything remotely racial on stage, whoever's doing like the review of your show, they always bring up Lenny Bruce.
Really?
The next Lenny Bruce.
The next Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, 40 years later, just carrying that fucking torch on. Like, dude, you can get on the internet and watch somebody blow a horse within fucking 3 seconds. You're not shocking anybody.
You sure can get on the internet and see that. However, I'd like a
If
link.
you're
But Lenny did it in the '60s, and it was real when he did it. I mean, he was
That's
like,
true.
Yes, he got arrested.
If you're on stage doing like poopy jokes, though, you're not really shocking people in this day and age. Yeah.
Lenny was trying to desensitize. He said that, this is just words. I'm trying to take this thing out of them. And he meant it. It was a sincere thing in 1958 and 60.
Right.
When you see comics doing it today, they're trying to be and stealing just what he said. I've seen people, I'm not going to mention any females' names, but I've seen people kind of stealing the same tone and the same speech about how this is what I'm trying. That's not what you're trying to do.
Right.
You're just giving an excuse for stolen jokes. You're trying to get away with it, and that's your asterisk. You see, I'm just trying to, you're not. You know what I mean? It's like you see.
Oh yeah, there's nothing worse than the dangerous comic. They always have like the fucking the 3/4 leather. It's like July, and they got a cigarette. The dangerous. Oh, it's the fucking worst.
Wow.
And it's all black guys have big dick jokes, and Chinese people can't drive. There's no insight to any of the only. You know who does?
And then you tag every joke. What? I said it.
Yeah.
I said it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, we heard you. Nobody is shocked. It's just fucking horrendous. It's like, stop it.
All the old staple hack, like, supposed to be these scary bits. Oh, is that funny?
I would love to listen to the fantasy in their head of like their Oprah interview. You just really changed the whole way that people look at things. You just were so groundbreaking. And shut up, you fucking
Well, you
idiot.
know, I figured someone had to do it. It's time.
You know what I love? I love also when like somebody just does a joke and it's just like it's more like disgusting, and then people are like and they're like fucking politically correct, like screaming at the crowd. It's like, no man, that was just disgusting. You're just a fucking idiot. This is like every middle act that I work with now. I can't even deal with it. And they always come up, dude, you mind if I sell my CD after the show?
Oh,
it's like, how do you have a CD? You're doing, what do you tape your act twice?
Talk about more of the staples in comedy.
Oh,
like the dangerous comedy is hilarious. There's more out there, too.
You know what's another good one? Have you ever worked with somebody who they just blatantly just stole somebody's like catchphrase and put it on something? I worked with this guy. He goes, in the middle of his act, he goes, you know, guys, he goes, I have this saying that I like to live by. He goes, free your mind and your ass will follow. Wasn't that like Funkadelic or
yeah, what is that?
Something like that, right? And he
like in
literally,
Vogue, I think.
he literally put it on a bumper sticker and is selling this shit.
Get out of
At
here.
the end, and people are lining up to buy it.
Stop it. That did not happen.
I have a saying, have it your way. At Burger King. You got it on like a T-shirt.
You can buy that after the show. Ooh.
The dangerous comedy.
That is horrid.
That's hilarious.
The dangerous comedy.
That is really funny.
You know, like someone who does to me, like if you're going to do racial material, if it's insightful, like Colin does, I mean, racial material that's not hack. He talks about behaviors that are real. I mean, I'm not saying he's always right, but he's at least taking a chance on what he says. He's not a fucking predictable hack at all. But guys are just doing the big dick, the Chinese, it's like, he
doesn't tag his jokes with like, relax, America.
Yeah. Oh. Come on now.
Or loosen up, folks.
This is my act. Loosen up.
By the way,
oh my God.
Thanks to Eric, Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow goes way back to the year 1971.
71.
Who was it?
It was a album by, Funkadelic.
Oh, very
good. Good call, Billy.
Very good.
Good call, Billy, and good find, Hawk. That horrendous shirt once again.
Oh, with his pork greased keyboard that he's got over there, just sliding on the keys.
For those of you that can't see this child outfit, it's a bright yellow shirt.
Child outfit.
It's urinary tract cancer color. And
with Crisco stains on the front of it.
Bright yellow. And he has like a green sleeve outline around the neck and the arms.
And his Tough Skins jeans.
I'm going to shop with Eric one time and find out where it is you go.
Do they get pictures of you in your outfit for Ozzfest? That's worth...
Where's my outfit for Ozzfest?
With your big shorts?
Oh, my high socks.
Oh, you were wearing your big shorts yesterday.
I know, but it was going to be
Did
hot.
you have on one of those studded... a falcon's going to land on my forearm, Judas Priest?
Oh, like that fucking Big J, that fatso. Stop trying to look like you're fucking a biker, Jay.
I know. We drove away in like a caravan, too. That's the funniest thing.
He drives a Saturn. Fucking,
I've never heard it
dressed like a biker.
Yeah. Like a falcon's going to land on your arm.
Yeah, you need that.
You do wonder what the hell that's all about.
You know, you pull it off, it's sweaty and it smells.
Yeah, there's pictures from Ozzfest with Jim Norton and Bill Burr and
get that
Martini
calf.
Steve. It's up on opieandanthony.com, foundrymusic.com. There you go. Jim patiently waiting for his interview.
I would like to paint the back of your calf black and watch it march 70 miles to mate. Nothing?
I liked it.
No one was near the mics. Damn it.
Joke.
I liked it.
Sounded like a bomb.
All right, here we go.
As long as it sounds like a bomb, you might as well put it in the bomb.
Billy has to go, so we got to play this stuff because I do have big calves.
Yes, you do.
All right, Bill Burr from Ozzfest yesterday. Is this you with the drunken O&A fans?
Just do the ones with the
well, this is a quick
interviewing like.
This is a quickie, and then we'll.
Okay. Can I do Bob Shepard?
Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Now batting, number 79, Pat Battle, number 79.
Oh, that party rock! Fuck Howard Bastard! Where's Ben's big hog?
Yo, where's Centennial, yo?
Oh, my
every
God.
Day, every day on XM Radio, cash up my niggas, Opie and Anthony. Shake it up, hang it up, man, beauty man, shake it up, shake it up.
You should have seen the film on this one guy's tongue.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And it's just,
like he had
just
rubbed
the whitest
Elmer's
just
glue on his
I
tongue.
literally, I was 10 feet away and I just started taking steps backwards.
Yeah,
when he
you
did-
don't want
oh,
that
it's
flying
disgusting.
out at you.
You know what you should have done? You should have scraped your fingernail along the back of the tongue and then sniffed it.
Oh,
God damn, stop it.
That is funny.
I could not be happier that during that very moment that was happening, I was locked in my house. I was home. I was nowhere near that place. The last people I want to hang out with are the people you just heard from, those fans of ours.
I don't know. They sound like fun.
That
Yeah, for the
sounded
good
like
eggs.
a hot, stinking mess to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
in.
He had like a receding hairline and it was just bright red.
Oh, burnt.
Oh, it just burned. He's like, oh, hey, fucking rah.
Just drunk. And, hey, who was that? Wow, that was a nice one.
Yeah, there's some nice wow shots.
Wow, that was actually
As
from,
part of the Ozzfest
from the
picture.
view I have here. Let me see.
Very nice.
That's not bad at all.
Very good.
Who was that connected to?
Was that the Jaeger tent? Can you see?
I love the
There's a lot of
girls.
bloods.
I love the. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday today, by the way. I love the girls at WoW, and they had the cigarettes still in their hand.
Oh, the cigarettes there, the drinks in the other hand.
And they're in mid-puff, so their face is all fucked up, right? And they show you.
The picture
show you a
snaps
little
when they're doing the
something. Right.
move out of the side of their mouth.
It's great.
They look like Popeye. They got one eye shut.
It's awesome. RateMyWow.com is another website where you can see girls flashing, but that's a nice set right there.
Good job.
And can I say, somebody mentioned Hooters girls. Nothing bugs me more than when a bunch of Hooters girls show up to an event and just do nothing but don't act sexy.
You know you're getting nothing. from
Nothing.
that. With those bad 70s shorts, the stockings over their legs that are flesh-covered plastic. You can't even see through them. They are the thickest stockings, and they're made to make their legs look tan. None of their leg shows through those things.
We've talked many times on the show. They got to update the uniforms at Hooters. What are they
awful.
waiting for?
And they have
People to stop showing up.
apparently so.
Morons keep going in there.
They keep going.
They think it's
thinking
edgy
they're
for
going
a
to get
business
something.
lunch. Like,
Yeah.
let's go to Hooters. and
Go to hey, don't tell the boss.
All right, we're going to lose Bill Burr soon, so let's get back into this. Mark from A Dozen Furies?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
All right, what's up? It's Bill Burr. I'm standing here with guys from Dozen Furies. How do you guys think your set went today?
I think it went really well, man. I mean, it's probably been the hottest day so far in the whole tour, but, you know, we're Texas boys. We're used to the heat, so get up there and do our thing, man.
So you guys are like brand new? You guys have won like a contest or something to get on this?
Yeah, I mean, we won a contest to be on the show. I mean, to be on the tour, but, you know, we've been a band for about 2 years now, been touring on our own and doing our own thing, and, you know, this was pretty much just a blessing and, a big step forward for us.
All right, definitely a blessing. How well...
This is what I'm trying to get these guys to say some fucked up, like, what you do on tour. And these guys are covered in tattoos. They all look like Mick Mars from Motley Crue. And they just are like the nicest guy. Like, everything's a blessing. Everything.
Blessing to be here.
I noticed that at the last Ozzfest.
God willing, we'll go on for the next tour. And
Watch how I'll try to angle it towards some sort of smut, and they just keep going back to the church.
I remember that when we did the Ozzfest thing, and they're eating vegetarian meals backstage, tofu, and drinking little green tea. It's like, what? You're all tatted up.
They watched behind the music. They saw what not
what
to
happens.
do.
Meanwhile, you listen behind
it's
him.
Definitely a contrast.
Soundtrack to Hell is playing.
Right.
There's something going on in the background that just listen to the music.
How well do people know you here?
So far, it's been great. I mean, we've done 2 signings, and they've been packed, and tons of kids.
What's the biggest asshole crowd you guys have been in front of? Just been like, fuck you, you're the opening band?
None yet, man. They've all been really cool. I think they came out not expecting us to do what we actually do. You know, everybody thought we were just gonna be some MTV show band and stuff like that, but it turns out, everybody's like, man, you guys blew us away, and it's really cool. There's a lot of support from the fans and shit. So I mean, really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, you're the drummer, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever went to throw the drumsticks in the crowd and some dude was pissing you off, so you kind of, rather than tossed it, just fucking threw it at him?
Not really, man. It's just
Nah.
Look out there. So many people.
No, it could put an eye out, and we wouldn't do things like that.
I make sure it's a rubber tip.
Yes, we have special styrofoam drumsticks that we throw out so as not to injure any of our loving fans. Wow, they were not biting.
Even these hardcore bands have become PC.
Were they the MTV
Oh,
band?
it gets even better. I started as far as like
Look out there. So many people, it's hard to really focus on one person. So it's who gets the most pussy? None of us. We're all taken, man.
We're in loving relationships with lovely women.
It's just the most anti rock and roll band.
Yeah, we're all
Jesus
good
Christ.
boys, dude.
This is what you guys are the tattoos. I'm thinking it's just going to be maniac going back there. You guys are all committed.
Oh, we're all committed.
Anybody got a baby on the way you want to announce?
Finger's got a daughter already. So yeah. The rest of us
What's her name?
Madison.
Madison. That's a beautiful.
And the names of their kids are even
Madison.
safe. Madison.
Destined for a poll, though, if you didn't get Madison.
You know what Zach named his son?
What?
Hendrix.
Hendrix?
After Jimi Hendrix.
Really?
Not a fucking animal.
He's still the real deal.
He's an animal.
But these newer bands, Billy,
just
beautiful. Beautiful.
Trying. I got him to do a PSA, though, in the end.
What's her name?
Madison.
That's a beautiful name. Hey, we're doing a skin cancer awareness thing here on Opie and Anthony. So if you guys could just say something to make, the kids aware about skin cancer, just wing it, anything. Throw a couple of fucks in there so the kids will listen to it,
Dude, we are out in the sun all day long, every day, and we put on sunblock probably like 5 times throughout the day, man. You got to take care of yourself. Got to take care of your skin.
Start over again. Just throw a couple of fucks in there. Seriously. Yeah, they're crazy over there. Start over again. All right, just say for, skin cancer awareness. All right, man.
We're fucking cock fags, and we put on a lot of sunblock. Fuck. Yeah. We're out in the fucking sun all day long, man. It's just fucking beats down on you, and dude, you gotta fucking take care of it, dude. You gotta wear sunblock, you gotta wear it over and over again. Especially you want to keep the tattoos fresh, dude.
You need to tighten it up. Just tighten it up, real quick.
Wear your fucking sunblock.
All right, guys.
All right, listen.
Bravo.
What a
fucking
great
angle.
idea.
Make him do PSA.
With each band, because I had no idea who they were. So with each band, I just made whatever the PSA was more ridiculous, and just always had them like throw a couple of fucks in there.
Yeah, because the kids.
Yeah, the kids, they're crazy. Something with a little rock and roll attitude.
I gotta say, going
funny.
into that, I was like, audio from a band called It Doesn't Furious. Who cares? That was really interesting on a lot of levels.
Oh, they
good job, Bill Burr.
thwarted me. You ever have an orgy? I'm more just like one-on-one, a connection with somebody, I gotta have feelings.
Very monogamous on our relationships.
They're just not living that rock and roll lifestyle
Nope.
anymore. We noticed that at the last
their
Ozzfest.
whole arms are
I
covered.
understand. They got all
They're
the
looking the part.
They got the piercings, the
They're
tattoos,
sending mixed messages.
Yes.
All right. What about this band Shadows Fall?
Yeah, same shit. I just would ask them questions and would go nowhere, and then I just have them do a PSA.
Well, we got to listen until we get to the PSA. It's Brian from Shadows Fall.
Yo, what's up, Bill Burr? Opie and Anthony Show. I'm talking to Brian Fair from Shadows Fall. Great set, man. How'd you feel about it?
Oh, it's been awesome, man. The whole Ozzfest is just incredible, man. Sharing a stage with Maiden and Sabbath doesn't get any better than that.
Let me ask you this. How the hell do you sing like that for so long? I mean, I yelled at my dad like that for about 20 minutes one time. I couldn't talk for 3 days.
Yeah, I'm used to it for yelling at my girlfriend that much, so, it builds it up. You got to build the strength,
Oh, you know what? We're going to do that drop right now. You know what's good? Glad you brought that up. We had Opie and Anthony's doing like a thing for like domestic violence awareness. Yeah, somebody kicked the shit out of their girlfriend in like Newark or something. So yeah, so just ad-lib some sort of drop and not do domestic violence to your girlfriend or whatever. And it's kind of weird, but toss a couple of F-bombs in there just because our listeners are retarded. So, but just try to keep the good message.
So just say this Brian Shadows Fall and something, or what?
Yeah, just don't beat up your girlfriend. And just,
Oh, no! This is such a great gag.
You rock, Bill.
Oh. Domestic violence.
You're gonna have to come back and redo this new gag, right? This is your thing.
So just say this Brian Shadows Fall and something, or what?
Yeah, just don't beat up your girlfriend and just, fucking don't beat up your girlfriend or something like that.
What's up? This is Brian from Shadows Fall. Man, you gotta stop punching your girlfriend out there. Save that shit for the bedroom. That's where it's at, but don't take it to the streets.
Okay, do it again. Just throw like one fuck in there. I swear to God, they're idiots.
What's up? This is Brian from Shadows Fall. Just say, stop hitting your fucking girlfriend, you idiots. All right, save the violence for the bedroom.
All right, cool. All right, man. So where do you guys go from here?
After this, where the hell are we tomorrow? It's 2 days here, and then we got
I don't even know where we go. I don't even know. I get the bus and they bring me where I gotta be.
That's hilarious. What do you think about playing out here in the parking lot? Do you think it was gonna be more like a seated area? Because I know I did. I was kind of like.
We're on the main stage, so that's it. I like the parking lot vibe actually better because there's no seats in the way. Kids can go crazy. That's the thing. We're gonna be playing with there's seats, so it's a little different, but it works out.
How long you guys been a band for?
Almost 10 years actually now.
Oh, good deal. You got a new album or anything coming up? The War Within, right?
The War Within's been out for a little while. We're going to be doing one more tour after Ozzfest and then working on a new record, so keep an eye out for that.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, always keep us posted, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for that domestic violence drop.
No problem.
All right, cool, man. Thank you.
Very nice. Shit, is that funny? Don't beat up your fucking girlfriend. Yeah, F-bombs. They're idiots.
Save it for the bedroom.
Save it for the bedroom. What? Punch her in the bedroom. Oh, God damn, is that funny?
That's really good. We got one more here from Peter from In Flames.
Yeah, these guys.
Hey, what's up? It's Bill Burr, Opie and Anthony Show. You know that because you're listening to this shit. I'm with the bass player from In Flames, Peter Iwers. Hey, how was your set today, man?
It's going to be fine. We haven't played yet. But
you haven't played yet? All right, we need to start that again so I don't look like I...
Here that you go.
No, fuck it. Just keep going, man. I'm like a retarded... I got no reference there. So how do you think your set's going to go tonight? You looking forward? Are you on the main stage?
Yeah.
Are you over there?
I think it's going to go great. I mean, it's we always put in 150%, and it's a bit different playing from for a sitting down crowd, but still it's going to be great. So far, all the shows have been amazing, so I'm pretty sure today will be as well.
So you guys are like your vibe. You come more mellow, melodic. Is that like how you guys are?
I think we're metal. It's hard to categorize us into one thing, basically.
Okay, all right. So you're not like Iron Maiden meets, like pitch movies and stuff. You like Iron Maiden meets.
I guess we could say that, but it would be unfair probably to just categorize it into one. I don't like that. We're metal band.
All right, that's cool, man. That's cool. How long you guys been playing?
A long time now, since I think it's like 12 years something. The band's been
like 12 years. Out of everybody in the band, if you had to kill someone, who would you kill?
Myself.
You kill yourself? The road's starting to get to you?
No, but I mean, wouldn't be fair to the others otherwise. Choose one.
Oh, God.
No one would go with it.
No one wants to commit.
It wouldn't be fair to the others.
Ugh. Wouldn't be fair to the others otherwise. Choose one.
I like this guy. This guy, I can tell you're like the peacekeeper in the band, right? You're like the mellow one. Listen, man, we're also doing, this is kind of a side thing. We're kind of doing this this benefit. Somebody beat up a special needs kid in, Newark. And so we just want you to just say, just give a shout out to the kids so they know not to beat up somebody with, special needs, So just say, hey, guys, it's not cool to beat up with somebody just because they're different or whatever, Just like a quick kind of like a soundbite. And it's kind of weird, but throw a couple of, fucks in there just because our fans are kind of retarded, you know what I mean? So you need to,
And then he says
rock and roll, So just wing it.
Hey, guys, this is Peter from Flames. You should treat everybody equally and don't beat anybody up or do something bad to them just because they're different. Everybody's the same.
Okay, that's totally the perfect vibe. Just throw in special needs and throw in one or two fucks. The F word. Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, they're retarded.
Same thing again, or what?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Peter from Flames. Treat everybody the same way, even people who have special needs and everything like that. Don't fucking go and do any bullshit and start beating people up because they're different. Treat everybody the same, dude.
That's beautiful. And the kid's name is Russell. Just give him a shout out. Same thing, a couple of fucks. He's a big metal fan, so it'd mean a lot to him. That's the kid who got beat up, Russell, from Newark.
Hey, Russell, how the fuck you doing? Sorry you can't be here today, and just take care of yourself, man. See you soon.
All right, dude, that's beautiful, man. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
That's beautiful. Holy shit. You are insane. I love how in the same breath.
I wish you could have seen the looks on their face as they're trying to wrap their fucking head around the concept.
I don't doubt it. I love how in the same breath you're saying this poor special needs kid, yeah, our listeners are fucking retarded. They use this archaic term like retarded.
Oh, wow, Bill. That's great.
Yeah, that was great. Just add special needs and throw a fuck in there.
A couple of
and they just do it.
Say hi to Russell. Obnoxious Drown the Clown guy. What's this about?
This guy was one of the funniest acts I've ever seen. He was, what's it called? Drown the Clown. He basically, the dunking stool.
Yeah, dunking
So
booth
some
thing.
guy is sitting there in this clown mask, and he's just trashing these people. Half of them are fucking, totally old jokes. But he says, hey, look at the white trash people, you fucking loser. And then he just had this maniacal laugh, like the clown, and then he just go, at the end of it. It was so fucking obnoxious. He got some skinny kid. He kept calling him a crackhead. And this dude is literally walking behind where you throw the balls, like, go, come on down from the stool. Come on down from the stool.
He wanted to kick his ass.
He would get these people so mad, and there'd be like 20 of them, and he'd get them so mad, but by the time that they actually, like, dunked him, they would all start giving the finger, going, yeah, fuck you! Fuck you! You might need video on this one. I don't know.
Let's take a listen. It's Obnoxious Drown the Clown Guy.
There he is.
Oh, look at this guy. Hey, buddy, you want a milk crate to stand on? What do you want to be when you get older? 5 feet? Short people got nobody. Short people got nobody. They got...
That's awful, buddy. You look a little wet.
All right, and then he's taunting him. Look a little wet. I'm not short. All pissed.
Here's Obnoxious Drown the Clown Guy. I guess a chick with no boobs was in the area, huh?
Hey, Blondie, I know you love me. You just don't know it yet. Oh, baby, doll. You been to CBGB's before? Yeah. You know why I can read your shirt? Because you're a carpenter's dream. Flat as a board and easy to screw. Hey, buddy, you better get her back to the pound. The feeding time's over. It's kibbles and bits time. Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm going to get me some kibbles and bits. Come on, play the game, losers. Hey, sweetheart, I got one more joke for you. Sweetie, hey, G.I. Jane, look at me. You got such beautiful blonde hair. Why'd you dye the roots black?
This shit was just old jokes. Just fucking the most horrendous jokes, and you just had that.
He sounds like Keith Robinson. He laughs at me.
I love this guy.
An obnoxious asshole.
Oh, you could have seen these fucking people standing around. How they're all sunburned. There was one dude. He had like he was like completely bald on top, and he had a hat on. And I don't know if he lost his hat, but his face was like Puerto Rican brown, right? And then his fucking head was totally white. Look at this loser! Look at your fucking head! And he's just screaming at him. And this fucking guy is just losing. Yeah, look at my head! Look at my head! Fuck you! And then they would try to throw the balls even fucking harder, and they're like missing by like 20 feet. Yeah. And every ball they throw, he's like,
Oh, what an asshole.
It was actually, it was literally like a better job than stand-up in a way.
Yeah.
You didn't have to just fucking sit there in a goddamn parking lot. You don't have to do an act. You just fucking irritate people.
Just taunt people, and it doesn't matter how bad they try to heckle you back.
We got more from the Obnoxious Drown the Clown Guy.
What are you talking about, S.A.? What are they S.A.? Hey, buddy, I know you ain't got a green card. You got a bean card.
This dude's like Mexican.
That laugh. Can we isolate that? I want that on my machine.
He the worst.
Get that on my machine. All right, another loser that he was making fun of here.
Ron. What are you going to do? Look. See you later, loser.
Dude, we were standing out there for like 6 hours, and you heard that laugh like every 3 seconds.
Oh.
People in the Jaeger tent, like, I'm going to fucking kill it. I put my head on the pillow, and that's all I hear is that guy laughing.
What are you doing, you bonehead? Throw the ball. Come on, you loser.
Give me the second part of it, then.
Oh, he wouldn't do the laugh. He could only do the laugh when he was
when
up
he's
on
sitting
the,
there.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The part.
You know what you look like with that red shirt on?
This is Big
You
Gay.
look like a fire truck. Coming through. Woo! Come on, fat boy. Put some weight into it. Knock me over. It takes 2 women to hug 'em and a U-Haul to lug 'em.
Oh, my God. I'm going to do that all day, that laugh now. Just walk down the street. We got to get that guy on the show. How do we get a hold of that guy?
Ass.
We need him on the show.
Drown the clown.
We need him at the next road show, man. Well,
Yeah.
we're starting to put together our first anniversary show.
Someone says it's nice
A
to
live
see
show.
Colin Quinn getting work.
You wouldn't have understood the taunt, though. Something ironic.
You know.
Oh, wow.
I was doing a gig in Wildwood many years ago. I was probably 3 years in the business, and some guy was heckling me, and he just wrecked me.
Really?
I talked to him after the show, and he's really a cool guy, and it was one of those guys. It was one of those fucking
Oh,
Duncan
really?
guys,
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
he's
of
a
them,
funny
like that
bastard,
guy,
man.
pretty good at it. Doesn't matter how old the jokes are.
No.
Doesn't matter. You say it with the right attitude, it's going to work. You're going to piss people off. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, that. If you're completely uninhibited and you're not going to shut up, you'll win every time.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff. Bill, you got to leave or are you staying?
I can hang till a little bit after 10.
All right, cool. We'll take a
For
break.
my wacky sitcom audition.
We'll continue with the Ozzfest audio. Was that it for you?
Wacky.
I mean, you did a great job. Do we?
Yeah, I think that was all I had.
All. I mean, you gave us great stuff.
Got to hear some more Jimmy.
Yeah, we got Jimmy on the way interviewing Bill Ward and Tony Iommi. Stay there.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
How can I honestly say anybody rips me off? I mean, when I hear the same exact bits done, that's how I say it.
I mean, what about wow? That's totally their idea.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There's something new.
Well, and then...
There's something new. You know what? I used to do that in Washington, D.C. Tell him, Fred. I used to have people tie bandanas around their cars so that women would take their clothes off in the cars. Dude, get with it.
All right, well, I mean...
Give me an original idea.
Well,
Come
what about,
on.
I mean, I know.
I used to have my listeners tie a bandana around their car. I mean, I've done it all.
What about going off on...
It's like
I totally know that's you.
All right, okay, whatever. I got to go. Please, I don't really want to get into a discussion like this.
So delusional.
That is really funny.
See,
Someone
that's
found the clip.
Yeah, that's something we couldn't play on the old show because of the gag order that he placed on us.
How do you tie a bandana around your car? That's a great one. That's a big bandana.
What's the matter? My car has cancer.
People throwing frisbees to their cars, jumping, grab it.
Just showing your age, man. You can't even tie bandanas to antennas anymore.
An antenna. It's all hippied out. You honk the horn, it's like beep, beep.
Dude.
Honk, dude.
He's so delusional.
Oh, man.
Just admit it.
My bandana
Wow is
on
such
the
an
car.
original idea.
I invented everything. I've done it all. He even said, I've done it all. Wow.
Even the stuff that's going to be invented, I did
done it
already.
all. There's no
I
original
went into
ideas.
a time machine.
Everyone
and I
should
already
just
did it.
kill themselves.
Right.
I've done it all. I was the first one to do anything. Marconi ripped me off, Robin. Remember the what was that thing called? Morse code. It was Howard code earlier. The guy ripped me off. I invented SOS. Robin. What a complete jackass. He's the guy. Wow. Wow. He invented wow. And it had nothing to do with Whip 'em Out Wednesday or wow. It was tying a bandana around your car. Thank you, Howard.
And what were we supposed to do if you saw, like...
I don't know. He didn't really explain it very
Of course
well.
he's not going to explain.
If someone had a bandana tied around their car somehow, girls would get naked in the car? Is that what... It wasn't even flash. Yeah, girls would get naked. They're driving, taking their clothes off, crashing into abutments, Robin. I invented traffic accidents.
A bandana around an antenna. That reminds me of something else I've heard. It's called the fucking flag. That's not exactly somebody's fucking invention.
I invented that, Robin. They say Betsy Ross did that. I sewed the stars on. Ooh, it was all me.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I honestly don't care. Don't care.
I invented the bandana with me.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Bill Burr in studio today. Gave us great stuff from Ozzfest yesterday. BillBurr.com.
B-U-R-R.
Not Billy, by the way. Bill Burr.
Burr.
B-U-R-R.com. Anything you want to promote? Any gigs coming up, Bill?
I'm going to be in Nashville the weekend of, August 10th through, I think, the 13th. I got that coming up. And Labor Day weekend, I'm going to be at headlining at Caroline's, the 1st through the 4th.
Oh, we got to all go and check that out.
Oh, yeah, you got to come down.
Nice.
We were listening to
Bill Burr, his stand-up is really, really good.
I was listening to his CD when we were driving down to Atlantic City. Just very funny shit. Very good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Always,
do we have a copy of your
funny.
CD? We should play a bit before you leave.
Oh, you should have started interviewing me. You know, I just feel blessed. Comedian. And,
Bill, if you could, we need a PSA done.
You ever fuck any waitresses on the road? No. I just make sure I tell the crowd to tip them well.
They work hard.
You didn't give us a copy of your CD, I guess. We have to have it somewhere. We'll play a little bit of your CD before
and
we
Billy,
say goodbye to you
we
today.
also shot an HBO special. I didn't see it, but I heard it was phenomenal. Everyone who saw your special said you were fucking destroyed. Yeah, so that'll be coming out
September 16th.
Nice.
That's
Supposed to be
exciting.
coming up midnight.
Very exciting for you guys, the HBO thing.
We feel blessed, man.
We feel blessed. I like to say these words about
those people, you know, making them feel good, forget their troubles.
You know,
retarded dogs should
Jim
never
has a baby
be abused.
on the way.
This just in. This is like
Rachel.
This is like watching the Fox News channel. You don't know what to believe when these things come in.
It's an O&A alert.
O&A alert. Taz T from whackbag.com. Hey, got a brand new assault on the media for you guys. It was sent to Steve, but I'm hosting it for Whackbaggers for a sneak preview. It's Zamboni from Whackbag wearing an O&A shirt and a cape.
A cape is always good
Yeah.
in the assault on the media.
He is saying it's definitely going to be a contender for the contest.
Very superhero-like.
The best assault on the media for the month of July wins a MiFi and a day in the studio with the show.
So far, the guy from, was it Boston?
Yeah, Boston.
Is in the lead. He had WOW stickers on his tits, and he had his shirt pulled up like he had wings. Is this it?
Oh, is this it? It happened in Springfield? We're looking at the video right now. Big fucking deal. Get rid of this asshole. And here comes the assault on the media guy in the cape, Opie and Anthony. The guy has to turn around on live TV. What is the guy saying? Holy shit, that guy might be in the lead.
We need some sound. That was beautiful.
Wait, can we see that again? I know this is radio. Anthony, explain this.
Oh, it's an old guy. It looks like he's at some courthouse steps.
Yep, doing his...
and he's doing his stand-up.
Right.
And it's live Channel 22.
Yep.
News, and he's just standing, and then from the left, a guy comes with an Opie and Anthony XM satellite T-shirt and a yellow cape, and he's actually carrying on a conversation.
Oh, wow.
The news guy stops talking, turns around and looks at him, and says something, and the guy doesn't stop talking for a second.
You know what I love about these assaults on the media? I think Steve started. They started adding their own graphics. Like in this one, it says, blah, blah, blah. Another politician wants to steal your money. Blah, blah, blah. Big fucking deal. All added to the footage, obviously. Get rid of this asshole, and then, boom, there's the assault on the media from one of our fans.
The good Opie and Anthony shirt, which is says Opie and Anthony, and then just XM under it, which I like. Because the original ones that they had were nice, but a little too small. That one you can read. Which
That
is
guy
perfect.
used something like Final Cut Pro or Motion or something. He's got some kind of a graphics program that he's superimposing over the news shot.
Which makes it just funnier to watch. This thing's going to be downloaded a lot.
The look on the dude's face is absolute glee.
And he straightens his shirt at one point, like to make sure everybody can read it. Like his hands are on his hips. Like
He came running in with his hands on his hips, and then he straightens his shirt out, and he won't shut up.
What's the audio? Do we have audio for that?
We're getting it now. The old reporter just turns around, he knows he's been had, and he just kind of smiles like, oh.
He's got a bit of a Master Poe look to him, the guy that does this with
definitely.
the cape.
That's right. He probably didn't even realize he was interfering. He just came over, gentlemen. If you need anything, I'll be happy.
I want to hear the audio, but I think this guy might have beat out Steve.
This is
for the
pretty
best
good.
one of the month.
Let's get some audio on this one.
Yeah, we'll get the audio in a little while.
What do we got? Look at Ben bringing in gifts.
That's one of Ben's condoms in a box.
Are they just for Jimmy again? Jimmy gets more packages here than anyone else.
Ooh, what is this from?
I don't get it.
What is Nambla? Ooh, that might be my shirt.
They say perishable, protect from heat.
Ooh.
Hey, by the way, is this video up on opieandanthony.com or just on that other site for now? I would give out the URL, but it's really long.
It'll be linked up there on opieandanthony.com soon. God, is that funny?
You might be able to get to it through whackbag.com, though. I'm sure there's a link.
The reporter's laughing.
It says Springfield, I guess.
He didn't turn around. Politician. It's another politician. I wonder if that was a politician doing his own commercial.
I think it was a reporter.
No, a reporter with another politician doing something
That's
stupid.
Cy Becker.
Story.
Old Cy Becker from Springfield reporting.
Reporting on another politician who wants to steal your money. This is great. It's in a loop. We're just watching it over and over again.
And he turns around and starts. He got scared a little, and then he starts laughing and turns and just looks right at him and kind of shakes his head. He didn't turn around, though, and say, hey, man, what the fuck's your problem?
Because there's
What's
an
your
idiot with a
fucking problem?"
cape just standing behind him.
And the pests own this bit, but I just want to say we're liking the direction it's going in, where now it's going to costumes and things like that.
Absolutely.
Because the signs were really exciting at first, but quite frankly, that's getting old fast.
The
and
costume and the blurting out of Opie and Anthony is great.
Oh, that was me. We got the guy on the line. Let's say hi to Tim in Springfield, Mass. Tim, what's up?
Opie, what's going on, man?
Anthony, everybody. Bill Burr, Jim Norton. You got the whole gang today.
That happened a couple of days ago. What the story was our Springfield, the chief of police, they're making her retire, and she wants a boost in her pension, like $50,000 extra. That's what the story was. I got behind there. I waited. I went for the 5 o'clock news. I missed the live shot, but he stayed for the 6. I was sitting there for about an hour. They're looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing on his cell phone? Homeless people looking at me. So finally they go live. My wife, Brandy, was at home on the phone. She's like, go, you're live. I ran out there. I got right behind him. The cameraman was like a young kid, about 23 years old. He didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got right behind him. The audio's crystal clear. I said it twice. I said, Opie and Anthony, XM Satellite Radio. Opie and Anthony's on XM Satellite Radio. And he pretty much handed me the microphone. Here. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, the old guy he had no clue whatsoever. And you got to think the guy's been in the business for a really long time.
Oh, yeah, he has been.
He's an older guy.
He covered the Hindenburg. I put in an application.
Oh, get out of the way. Oh, Opie and Anthony. What did he say to you afterward?
Nothing. Not a word. He just goes right back to his newscast.
Where did you get the cape, sir?
I had a mask, too, but I didn't have time to tie it on my face.
Oh, mask would have been a plus, I got to tell you.
I'm sorry, but, man, oh, God, the adrenaline was just kicking in. I didn't have time to put the mask on, and it's so crystal clear when you hear this audio.
Now, what do we got? We got like 4 days left in the month, right? What day are we up to, the 27th or so? So, I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to beat you, Tim.
Oh, God.
I think you might be the winner for the Assault on the Media contest for the month of July.
That's a good one. It has the Opie and Anthony visual reference. It has the audio reference, Opie and Anthony, and you look completely ridiculous, which is, that's the hat trick for this bit.
Should we throw this up?
You guys can watch your sub. You guys remember when you guys were signing Demented World at the Holyoke Mall? There are so many people that come up to me. I wear my Opie and Anthony T-shirts all around. They go, man, I remember those guys from AF. You're going to get so many subs from this, guys. It's going to be total success.
Hey, dude, what did you edit the video?
No, not at all. I didn't play with it at all. You can ask Steve. I emailed him 3 times. I tried to send it on the computer, and I am not a computer whiz at all.
Who added in the graphics?
That's the TV station.
No, the one that said asshole and
where
politicians trying to steal your
we
money.
Oh, that's not part of my video.
Wow, somebody got it and.
Yeah, somebody really jazzed up your Assault on the Media.
Really?
It's
wow.
very funny.
I UPS'd it. It should have been there this morning. Steve should have the original copy.
It's very funny. I think we have to put you up against that guy from Boston just to see what the fans are thinking. But I have to say, I think I think yours is better.
All right.
So we'll see what happens, though. Thank you, Tim.
No problem, Opie Anthony. See you guys later.
All right, Tim from Springfield, Mass, everyone. He may be in the studio in the very near future as the winner of the Assault on the Media contest for July. And we're gonna start this up for August right away. We're working on some other prizes for August. What are you eating? What is that?
Let me right now. I have a box of apples.
Yeah.
And some truffles from my friend Dr. Steve for my birthday, because today's my birthday. So I wanted to say...
It's not your birthday.
It's not your birthday. Happy birthday, Jim.
Thank you,
Bill.
I want to thank Dr. Steve for my truffles. And I don't know who sent me the apples, right? Thank you as well. But they got a little crust coming in.
You know who sent these?
Doctor, I know.
It's all safe?
So,
He's not saying, he's just some people sending him food.
I know, that's a little odd.
No. He's a huge fan of the show.
Some of them are crushed, which means they could have inserted things in there.
No, please. He's a doctor. He would use a needle.
I'm not going to have one.
The guy's a doctor. Why? He's fine. I know him.
I'm scared.
He's
Why
scared.
are you scared?
I'll put some on my helmet. You can kiss it. No. Just kiss the chocolatey helmet.
I don't eat things that come in the mail like that.
Just look at those.
Look at Jimmy shoving whole ones just in his mouth. Doesn't even try to fake it, like bite one in half and go, ooh, this is tasty. It's just, wow, one at a time.
Doesn't bother to read the card to see what flavor it is.
No.
Yeah, they're a little melted. I think that might be...
Oh, here's my apple cake.
I'm only having 3. I'm treating myself to 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are a little stuck to the bottom.
You're only having 3.
That's not bad. It's 3.
Throw the rest of them away.
Why 2?
You're on a diet. Throw the rest. Give me those. Throw them away,
Let
Jimmy.
the interns have them. Give me interns. Don't throw them. Don't waste. Let the
2?
Well, one of them was small, so.
Oh, well, good idea.
Thank you, Steve. That's delicious. Here, keep that.
All right.
Yeah, let the guys have some.
Can we get this? Is Paul Provenza ready to come in? Yeah. Oh man, should we go right to Paul then?
I guess
Big
so.
director. We can't have him waiting around.
No.
What about your interviews?
We're the Monday through Friday radio program.
But Bill, you can't leave.
I got this big wacky sitcom audition to go to.
But I thought we were all just having fun and stuff. What happened?
Opie, if I book this and I get to play the next door neighbor, I mean, come on.
Really?
Every time I enter,
huh? You'll have a catchphrase.
I got the applause break. Yeah.
What's going to be your catchphrase?
I have no idea.
Should be that obnoxious laugh.
You could be the and as guy at the end of the credits. You have and Bill Burr as whatever your name is. If you make the and as guy, because I was watching Good Times, they had a marathon over the weekend.
I saw a little bit of that.
Did you? Yeah, I was watching some of
Were you
that.
checking out Janet Jackson to see if you could guess how good-looking she was going to be in a way?
Yeah, she was a fat little kid, wasn't she?
She was.
And I was watching and noticed that a couple of seasons in, the credits changed, and it was and Jimmy Walker as JJ at the end of the credits. So he wound up getting the top billing.
Yeah.
That's really top billing.
Which caused the rift on Good Times.
Yes.
Is that what started the John Amos rift?
Because that was supposed to be like, from what I heard, it was supposed to be like a family show that was focused on the parents. And then, of course, all you need is one catchphrase, like, say, a dynamite.
Dynamite. Well, if you remember also Happy Days, Arthur Fonzarelli there was midway through the credits when it first started. It was always starring Tom Bosley, top billing. But then it turned into and Henry Winkler as Fonzie. He was the and as. If you make and as on a sitcom, you're gold.
That means it wasn't your show, but you took over.
Right. It wasn't your show to start with.
Did they do that with Urkel?
I think they did. I think Urkel
Reveal,
became the and as character. Yeah. And that absolutely means that. It didn't start out like that. That means there's a top-billed guy that is pissed off at you.
And you know what else it means?
Tension
It also
on the
means
set.
you're going to be typecast as a wacky character and you'll never work again.
Entire life. When you're
over.
and as, that's all you are. In life, you are and as.
And whatever that guy's name, as Schneider.
As Schneider.
See you later,
he was
buddy.
an and as also. You're absolutely right. Schneider. Hey, Ms. Romano. With his cigarettes rolled up in his T-shirt cuff. He was just typecast. That was him forever.
Just thinking it would never end. This pussy just keeps keep coming.
Schneider's getting like hot pieces of ass during that show when that show was on, one day at a time.
All right, we got to let Bill go.
Yeah.
I got to go. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bill Burr.
Always a pleasure.
.com. BillBurr.com.
BURR.com.
And where are you playing in Nashville? Someone wants to know on the phone lines.
Oh, Zany's. Another wacky place.
Zany's. The name alone. Stop.
Jim passed me a piece of paper that says... No?
No. What does
No,
it say?
read this. That's something about children.
You can't.
Something about children. I can't read that.
It's cover their mouths before you. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because if you say that, somebody will.
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal.
Gee,
we got the audio of the assault on the media that went down in
I'm
Springfield.
eating.
I know, and then we'll get Paul in. Wow, there's secret notes being passed.
I know.
I'll explain it to you.
This is
It's
so
a suggestion to help Billy out. It was
cloak and dagger.
I'll tell you off air.
Opie really did this?
Yeah. Wow. But with that, he thought she was older. I mean, it was a whole diaper thing.
Diapers.
All right, there he goes, Bill Burr. Very
Take it easy,
funny.
Bill. Thanks, man.
See you, buddy.
Never disappoints, by the way, when Bill's on the show.
Bill's a funny bastard.
Always
He's a great stand-up, too.
bringing good stuff to the show. All right, here's the assault on the media that we just talked about for about 10 minutes. Tim from Springfield. The video is going to be up on opieandanthony.com and foundrymusic.com in the very near future. If you're listening to the replay, I guess it's up there already, so check it out for yourself. But here's the audio.
Well, the chief has a hurdle to overcome. Today, she went before the city's retirement board. What she wants the board to do is to increase her compensation annually, the retirement compensation, from $109,000 a year to nearly $150,000. Well, the chief was successful in one suspect today.
XM Satellite Radio. Opie and Anthony are back on XM Satellite Radio.
Maybe you can brief me.
Wow. That is perfect.
He was great.
You could not ask for better.
That was almost an Arthur Chien moment.
Dude,
I didn't know what to do.
He even talked like a superhero.
Yeah.
Open hands our back. He got our back.
Our back with his hands on his hips and fists.
That guy rules.
That guy definitely rules.
Sir, you rule.
In the lead.
You think he's in the lead?
Has to
Absolutely.
be.
There's no contest.
Has to be.
No question. Poor Steve in Massachusetts. He was the leader for like 2 weeks.
What happens?
Let's not forget about Paul in Buffalo. He's really depressed at this point because he's a hardcore fan. He had the best one for the month of July. Then there was Steve in Massachusetts with his baloney boobs with the wow stickers over his naked upper body. And now we got Tim in Springfield taking the lead.
I don't know
with
what
only 4 days left in the contest for this month.
I don't know what you'd have to do to beat that now. Because that is really good. Interrupts the guy, talks, gets it out twice, has it on his shirt. He's wearing a fucking cape. Come on.
It's perfect.
Guy rules.
All right, let's get Paul in here. I'm loving this new movie. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm loving what I'm reading about it.
Yep.
Paul Provenza.
That's Paul Provenza.
Holy crap. What's up, buddy? Opie. Nice to see you.
Don't mind me. I'm eating.
Jim Norton and, of course, Anthony.
How you doing? How are you?
We eat during the show, and no one cares.
Yeah, see, we don't take commercial breaks anymore because this is satellite radio, so we have
bedpans.
Are you on the air right now?
Yeah,
can you believe
that's
it?
what we do.
Isn't that ridiculous?
You thought you were just, yeah.
That's great. All right, then.
We eat on the air. We open up our mail on the air.
Can I masturbate on the air?
Absolutely.
Anything goes.
If you like, sir, sure. There's a couple guys around here that would check that out, so go ahead.
Man. Well,
Morning.
Getting a lot of publicity
Wacky,
about
eh?
this movie.
You want to hear something funny?
Yes.
We were hanging out while we were shooting this movie. You guys and Penn Jillette and I were all hanging out. Remember when we were hanging out backstage at Spinal Tap?
Spinal Tap.
We were shooting that night. That's what we were doing when we went in the other room. We shot Howard Shearer and Michael McKean for this movie.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for putting a camera in our face and seeing what we could come up with.
Who the hell were we?
We're nobodies.
We were very soon to be fired radio personalities.
That's right.
You see, that was before I knew that you would get people fucking in St. Patrick's Cathedral. If I had known that, there'd be a whole movie about you guys.
Allegedly.
Should have just been telling.
That is genuine heroics.
Should have been telling that joke in St. Pat's.
That's right.
That would have gotten us. Yeah, a lot of publicity. People, and some controversy.
But the people seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
No, we want to see it.
Well, why aren't you?
We don't get invited.
Because
to
Opie
anything.
was very busy watching that goddamn Penguin movie. He's watching the Penguin.
You seem to enjoy my description of March of the
I
Penguin.
was smiling to be nice.
Well, the Penguins are much better dressed than most of the people in the Aristocrats.
I went and saw March of the Penguins, yes. But this movie sounds like something I would definitely check out, and next time maybe we should be invited.
Now, a lot of people didn't know about this whole thing.
Really?
With this joke.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
It's very inside as far as the comics go. Everybody knew it in the comedy industry, but very few people knew about it outside of that.
Yeah, it's kind of an inside joke, but not because it's like a secret. It is
secret handshake.
It is a secret handshake, but not in like the Illuminati way, not in like the Masonic ritual way. It's not like going to be hunted down and killed, with rubber chickens or some shit like that. It stayed an inside joke because when you get outside people that are outside the circle of people that get you, you find real quickly that that was a bad idea. You don't tell this joke over the Thanksgiving turkey.
No,
unless your family's the Manson family. But so it just sort of stayed in the world of comedy and musicians. Musicians dig this joke in a big way.
Really?
Yeah, they're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And so musicians and comedians really know the joke a lot, so it kept it alive. But
a lot of people are. There's a couple of different origins to this thing. People say it was kind of a way to get the young comics and kind of make them look stupid for laughing at it because it really doesn't have a punchline.
I suppose it's possible that happens, but that wasn't my experience.
No?
It's not like a non-joke. It's not like No Soap Radio or, hey, kid, go get the left-handed axe, at the Boy Scout camp. It's not like that. I mean, it's a genuine joke, It's just, real simple switch. It's not the most hilarious joke in the world in its basic form. But once you get your hands on it, you can do whatever you want with it. So it actually, I never had the experience of it being let's give the new guy some shit. I always had the experience of it being, everybody else being like, well, I have somebody that's never heard the joke before. Let's go.
It's not so much the destination of the joke as it is the whole journey.
Yeah, it's
getting through it.
That's the whole point. Yeah, the movie is about it's the journey, and really it's the singer, not the song. Because it's chopsticks. It's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Everybody knows it. It's goofy. It's simple. There's nothing complicated about it. What can you do with it? And it's really, when you're hanging around a bunch of people who love to make each other laugh and love to also, stroke their own egos and masturbate comedically, which, as you know, we fucking love. Yeah. It can get really, really hilarious, And so this was just a chance to take everybody backstage. I mean, this has been my life since I was like 17, and I've just been surrounded by like hilarious, world-class, funny people who have me in tears all the time. And, people don't get to see that shit. And I understand why
most people don't realize a lot of these comedians that are really funny on the stage are even funnier behind the scenes.
It's astonishing.
When they're not worried about restraints
exactly.
and the limits of their comedy.
Yeah, yeah. And when we're hanging out with each other, it's no holds barred, and we just have a great time. So this was a way to sort of like, say, try and share that a little bit, and also examine that whole thing about improvisation. When Penn and I came up with this idea, he was really getting into jazz. He's actually like a real jazz guy now. He's like, he plays upright bass with a bebop piano player named Mike Jones in Vegas. The hour before their show starts, the Penn and Teller show starts at the Rio, there's a whole pre-show, which is a jazz duo. And it's Penn, and he's like a real jazz guy.
He that son of a bitch
he had that
living.
Little soul patch for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, when are you going to start shooting heroin? Come on, you're really into this. And so he was getting really, really into jazz at the time. And I know jazz. I like jazz. I have kind of a drive-by impression of it. I pretty much got everything I needed to know and said, well, it's really hard work to know more. I'm moving on. But he was really into it, and he would be talking about improvisation and talk about, structure and how, what's genuine improvisation and what's just sort of recapitulation of ideas you've done before and how much is craft and technique involved in it and all this stuff. And he'd be talking about this, and I'm sitting there going, he's talking about like Mingus and Miles Davis and Coltrane, and I go, he's talking about comedy. Everything he's saying, he's talking about comedy. This is what we do all the time, And so I said to him, it's interesting because you hear musicians do the same song, reinterpret it all the time. A million people do, the same song over and over. You hear singers do the same song. You even get to see actors play the same part. Different actors play the same part in plays, You get to see the same cathedral somewhere in the south of France painted by 20 different artists, But nobody's ever done that with comedy because any good comedian isn't going to want to do professionally what other comedians are doing. So they never do the same. They could do the same topics or whatever, but this was a chance to take, this one stupid little joke and see what happens reinterpreted through all those people.
You never think of comedy that way because, like you said, with musicians doing a remake of a song, sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad, and it's the same song. It's just the way they're putting it across.
The best analogy I can give you is My Way. Sinatra, classic, right? Paul Anka, who wrote the thing, classic. Sid Vicious, classic. 3 totally different songs.
Right.
Same song. And that's what happens in the movie with this joke, And the fact that it's the filthiest joke in the world makes everybody just go crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. There was isn't there controversy as to what theaters are going to be playing this and what aren't? Because one of the chains dropped out. Lowe's, I think it was.
No, it was AMC.
It was AMC,
who just bought Lowe's.
But
the joke's on them because we were already in Lowe's all over the country. So the AMC guys, God damn it, they must be stopped.
Now, what was their whole take on the thing that they were angered by this? Is it rated R?
It's unrated.
Unrated.
We sent it out unrated because, Penn and I felt really strong about it. And Think Films, who were distributing it, they were really cool because we told them early on, because they were like, if we send this thing to the ratings board, we're going to get an NC-17.
Yeah.
So let's figure out, how to market this thing. And we said, well, why don't we just not submit it to the ratings board? It's voluntary. It's not a rule. It's not a law, even though there are caveats that go along with it. Like if you get an NC-17, there are certain theaters that won't play it, and there are certain newspapers that won't advertise it or whatever. And we're like, well, who the fuck are the people making these decisions? Do you know any of them?
No,
of course
You ever get
not.
a chance to cast your vote?
Of course not.
So who the fuck are these people, and what are they telling us what we can see and can't see in certain areas? What the fuck is this? This is America. What is this shit? So we said, you know what? We're tired of being treated like retarded 6-year-olds. We think the audience deserves more. We'd like to send it out unrated and think in a really ballsy move because, it's a risky thing to do. They said, okay, let's send it out unrated. And if we had submitted, people say, they're sending it out unrated so they get some press or whatever to juice the thing. And I go, do you have any idea how much press we would get to be the first film that's just talking heads, but it's rated the same as Teenage Whip Bitches?
You don't see one dick, one tit.
Exactly. You know how much press we would have gotten for that? We actually went the other direction because we thought that would be really cynical.
Which is really amazing.
I'd love to see. I'm sorry, man. I'd love to see what kind of films that they do show. Like, did they show Scarface, AMC? I'd love to make that relevant.
They showed
comparison.
Irreversible, which is like a 20te-minute scene of violent anal rape.
Yeah, the French movie. Very, very unusual.
Yeah, they showed LIE, which is kids fingering each other. They show.
Hot is hot.
Yeah. Penn actually has. Also, but not as funny. Penn always his attitude on it. He says, you know what it is? The guy at AMC is some needle dick loser who made a lot of money, now runs a theater chain, sees us coming along, decides to get some press for himself, get a little attention as the moral arbiter and all that, and we're supposed to play victim and go, ooh-hoo, boo-hoo, we're tortured artists, they won't let us, they won't let us, play our movie and all that sort of shit. And it really is a crock of shit, because you know what? The big theater chains are the ones that are fighting every day for their own survival. And, and methods of distribution are popping up every 10 seconds. There's some new avenue for people to see shit. You know? So it's like we really didn't care about it, and we also we didn't want to stoop to that level because we didn't want to. We don't have to answer to him. It's one guy, and also we don't. I really don't want to stoop to the level of, like, for example, there are rumors, unsubstantiated, but there are rumors that we don't feel are necessary, to bring up about the popcorn having, been poisoned. We don't know. They're rumors. They're rumors. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, has been testing it. No conclusive evidence.
All right.
It's just a few hundred monkeys in one test. That's not a random sampling, so we're not going to cast any aspersions. Yeah. This whole Ebola AMC virus it's still speculation. We wouldn't go down that road because we're classier than them.
And the FDA does allow a certain amount of adult semen in popcorn before they classify it as unhealthy. So technically, they've done nothing wrong.
How do they, in essence, ban a movie that is just talking?
It's what comedians have had to deal with forever.
It is words that are strung together. There aren't any graphic images in this.
And by the way, 5 Oscar winners in this movie.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
5 Oscar winners.
Name some of the comedians that are going to be in the movie.
All right, who's got the list? Let me see how many I can remember.
I was amazed that, there's got to be at least 60 guys. Guys and gals here. Maybe even more.
There's about 100.
About 100 people.
Damn. Yeah. We can't actually define it because we're not sure if the 6 people that are the editorial staff of The Onion should be counted as one. Our Penn and Teller one.
You got Jason Alexander, Lewis Black, George Carlin, Drew Carey, Tim Conway.
Keep going. I want to hear it. I haven't heard this in a while.
Wow. Was Rita Rudner filthy? You got Rita Rudner to be filthy?
No, Rita Rudner was not filthy. See, that's the thing is we went to everybody and we said, do you want to do this? They were like, yeah. And people like Rita, a handful of people actually, Jake Johansson, some of the older generation comics, they were like, we don't really want to do the joke or we don't want to do it filthy. So we were like, do whatever you want. The whole point is
your interpretation of this one joke.
And if your interpretation is that you don't want to do it, Phyllis Diller flat out says she's not going to do the joke, and her interpretation of it actually was that that's the setup, and then 80 minutes later in the movie you get the payoff, and it was last night it went through the roof, right? Her interpretation was being the one who, fainted when she heard the joke.
I could have seen
and that was it. That's really doing the joke.
I could have seen the Aristocrats last night.
Dude.
And instead I'm watching Penguins march 70 miles.
If you start taking our calls, you'd be getting into some of this shit.
Who took your call?
I don't know.
Was it Ben Sparks?
I've been hearing about this movie for 3 or 4 months. I would have went in a second last night. Instead, the penguins are waddling across the ice.
I went to the after party at Caroline's, and because I heard Carlin might be there, so of course I wanted to get a picture signed. But I didn't see it. I don't know if you went, but it was great just to see the comics there. And
it was jammed.
Everybody loved the movie, man.
How do you keep this? How do you keep this interesting? Because the concept is basic. It's one joke, the interpretation by 100 guys and girls.
Well, it's a little more than that. I mean, there's a lot of commentary around it,
Okay.
and the movie actually turned into more than just a look at, it's the singer, not the song, and just a sort of backstage look at the history of this joke and all that stuff. It turned into a lot more than that because, you get all these people talking about the filthiest joke in the world or doing the filthiest joke in the world. Some interesting shit's going to come up.
Who's the filthiest comedian?
Well, it's a tough call because it depends on where
Bob
your
Saget.
lines are.
I've heard Gilbert Godfrey.
Saget's pretty out there, man.
We've been hearing that for years too.
Yeah.
That he's like when he's doing.
Wait, you guys have never seen Saget live?
No, I know. And we've seen.
Oh, Jesus, you guys.
I know
he's the filthiest mouth you've ever heard in your life.
I know, and we've seen just about. I've seen just about everyone on this list. Over the years, I've never seen him, and that's all I hear is that he is so dirty you can't even imagine.
In 1977, or 76, 77, I went to college. It was my freshman year in college, and I was at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. And I was deep into comedy already at this point, and there were no comedy clubs yet in Philly. And so I used to go to all these. I used to go to like dorms. It's a huge place, so like a dorm is like an audience of 700 or something. So I used to go to these dorms and set up these shows, and I would go and do comedy. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "I can't believe you're setting up comedy shows. I'm in a comedy team. A friend of mine over at Temple University." This my friend Sam Domsky's saying this. He goes, "A friend of mine over at Temple University, we got a comedy team. Let's do some shows together." So we started putting shows together. Well, that was Saget and Domsky. And so I saw Saget way back in the mid-'70s. From the moment I met this guy, he was the filthiest motherfucker I have ever seen in my life.
Just amazing.
Everything out of his mouth is hilariously filthy. And, he looks like,
Yeah. He's going to be on the show next week, by the way.
Oh, man, he's so funny. But it's brilliant. I mean, it's not just that he's spewing filth. I mean, he's just this amazing craftsman.
But then he gets
on
that show, Mr. Wholesome Dad.
And that was the joke to us.
Right,
People that see this movie think it's hilarious that he's talking dirty. We thought it was hilarious that he was doing that shit.
The Wholesome Dad act.
Exactly. But, he said, "I'm an actor. I got a job. I played the role."
Yeah.
It's true, but...
That's so weird.
Yeah, he is really...
You got
really
Don Rickles. I mean, the list goes on and on. I love Rickles. He's one of my favorites of all time.
Was there any definitive start to this joke? Like, were you able to trace it back to this guy?
I'll tell you how far back we got it. And we can't speculate. We don't like to speculate more than that, but we got it back pretty far on first-hand information. There's a guy in the movie named Jay Marshall. And Jay he died about a month ago at the age of 94.
Wow.
And Jay, you saw him. How old are you guys?
I'm 28.
Lying whore.
Yeah, 37.
37. I know you've seen Jay Marshall on the Ed Sullivan Show.
No, I never watched Sullivan. There was after, unless I saw clips,
we're past your bedtime.
Yeah, Sullivan, we missed the whole Sullivan
yeah,
thing.
Man, for me it was
fuck,
kind of
I'm a million.
68 I was born, so it was kind of like mid-70s.
I don't even think it was in
Carson.
Jay Marshall was on the Ed Sullivan Show about 70 times, and he used to do like a Senor Wences kind of thing, or like a fucking puppet called
Sodite.
Just kind of just that hand puppet kind of thing. He had a million different things. He was a magician, he was a juggler, he was a comedian. He's just like...
Was he old on Sullivan?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing when you watch a show like that and he's old on that?
I know. He was a walking showbiz archive. He started in vaudeville, okay? And he told us that when he was about 7 or 8 years old, an old guy at that time told him the Aristocrats joke.
Wow.
And the old guy told him that he heard it when he was like at the same age that Jay was when he heard the joke.
Wait,
so
aren't you getting back into like the early 1800s?
We're talking about mid to late 19th century. Yeah. So we've traced it back at least that far from first-hand information.
Wow.
And it probably goes way further than that. I like to think that, the Aristocrats... you guys haven't seen the movie, so...
No.
But you know the joke. Just for your listeners.
Yeah.
For both of your listeners. It just starts off with a guy goes into a talent agency, which right off the bat is sort of an old structure. It kind of, it goes and he says, "I got a great act." And the guy says, "What's your act?" He goes, "My whole family. It's my wife, my kids, grandparents, everything." He goes, "Sounds great. tell me about your act. And he brings the family in, and they proceed to engage in every disgusting, vile, filthy sex act, defecating. I could actually do the joke here, but I won't because I've heard too many versions. And mine, the only thing that I can be certain is original about mine is the phrase "arcing ropes of cum." But I mean, every family member is fucking in every configuration. There's shit, there's piss, there's vomit, there's live AIDS virus, you fucking name it, going on. It's the idea is to just be as offensive and rude and vile as possible. And then the agent says, "What do you call an act like that?" And they go, "The Aristocrat." And it's just this goofy little switch. But so, wait, I started telling you that for a reason. The joke, what? I lost track.
Yeah. Fell off the track.
Why aren't you in it though? I mean, you're a great comic, and how come you don't put yourself in it?
Because I did with this movie what everybody else did was their own interpretation. This movie is my interpretation. You know, the movie is also, like I started to say before, the movie is also like this backstage look. I mean, this when we shot this thing, we never actually shot a movie. We were just really going to hang out with friends. You know, we used mid-price range consumer cameras. We never set up a light. The sound was just, you know, clip on a mic and throw the pack off to the side. It was just, we never did anything that.
Did you go film or video?
Mini DVD. We did sketches. We did line drawings. I mean, we had no idea. With the first night of shooting, I had the camera in one hand and the manual in the other, and I was turning the pages.
Come on, really?
Turning the pages with my teeth.
Wow.
When I tell you we knew nothing about what the fuck we were doing, I'm not exaggerating. For a while, Penn was holding the camera.
Sorry, go ahead.
For a while, Penn was holding the camera, and I said to him, I said, "You're not holding camera anymore." He goes, "Why?" I go, "Because all we have is the top of everybody's head. The footage is all unusable." We were retarded. Seriously, we knew nothing about what we were doing.
We played the version of the joke done by Cartman.
You ever hear the Eric Cartman from South Park version?
Is it in the movie?
That was done for us.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was? Okay.
Matt and Trey did that just for us.
See, that's fantastic.
Is it in the movie?
Yeah, it's in the movie.
We got to play it, though, again here.
I'll go for it.
It's all animated, obviously, not just his voice.
No, it's the kids.
Yeah, they
the
animated
kids waiting
the
for
whole
a buzz.
thing.
My favorite part of this, by the way, is,
great.
and when you hear the joke, when your listeners hear as the joke continues, you have to sort of harken back to the beginning of it, but the beginning of it puts me on the floor because he says, "Hey, guys, you want to hear a joke my grandpa told me?"
Here it is. A version of the Aristocrats joke done by Cartman and the gang.
You guys want to hear a funny joke my grandpa told me? No? Okay, so this family walks into a talent agency. It's a mother, father, their son and daughter, and a little baby. The father says to the talent agent, "Sir, our family has an amazing act. We know if you would let us perform it for you, you would want to sign us." And the talent agent says, "Sorry, we don't sign family acts. They're too cutesy." But then the mother goes, "Please, sir, if you just give us 2 minutes, we know you'll like our act." So the talent agent says, "All right, you've got 2 minutes." The family jumps right into it. The mother smiles and points to the son who hits play on a boombox. Thrilling circus music starts to play as the father spins his daughter around, bends her over, lifts up her skirt, and starts licking her asshole. What? Then the son lays down on the floor and opens his mouth, and the mother tears off tearaway pants, squats down over his face, and starts shitting all over him. Dude! Hold on. The father grabs the baby, takes off his diaper, and starts sucking his cock, right? While the son, still with his mother's shit in his mouth, goes over and licks the baby's tiny little balls. Dude. Hold on, cop. Now the mother lays down on her back on the floor while the daughter gets up high on a chair and starts pissing all over. Then the father and son take the baby and start stuffing it head first back into the mother's vagina while the daughter's piss rains down on all of them. Dude, just stop. They get the baby halfway in so that just his legs are sticking out all kicking and flailing around. The son takes the mother's shit out of his mouth and starts rubbing it all over everyone while the father sticks his cock in the baby's asshole and fucks it while it's still inside the mother until he comes all over the baby, the wife, and the son, and the daughter. Cartman, I don't want to... Stop! Hold on, please. Then the father gets up and says, "And now for our impersonation of the victims of 9/11. And the whole family starts running around the room, screaming and laughing with their dicks and titties all flapping around, covered with shit and piss and cum, going, "Ah! Ah! The baby's coming down! Help!" And finally, the family runs back to the center of the room and goes, "Ta-da!" And the talent agent, he just sits there for the longest time. And finally he says, "Jesus, that's a hell of an act. What do you call it?" And the father says, "The Aristocrats." I don't get it. Neither do I.
And there you have it.
I'm going to tell you, this is not even in the top 5 of filthiest versions. Of the
Really?
Come on, really?
Seriously, I'm not kidding around. It's unbelievable. And it really is like, you know, even people that I think would be turned off by you know, the vulgarity and all that stuff have come up to us after screenings and just go, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, first of all, you're stunned into submission.
Right,
you know?
right.
And then all of a sudden it becomes like liberating, you know? It's weird. I mean, the response is just tremendous. And I love that people all have a different experience when they see the movie. Some people love one person's rendition, and the person they're with, like that's their least favorite, and it's just so cool, you know. It's really fun.
And then there are people that just would not even find anybody telling it remotely entertaining.
Right. Yeah.
Just purely offended by what is being said.
And before, you know, the buzz got out about the movie and how really, you know, obscene the language is, there were people showing up at screenings who were just like, well, I want to see what this is about, you know. And so many people at those like early festival screenings, you know, so many of those people, like part of what was so much fun was seeing who was walking out and when. Like you could actually chart certain waves of when you've crossed lines for certain people, right? Like 6 minutes in, Carlin does his version, and it's really filthy, and it's really gross, and it's genius, by the way. I mean, you know, all the accolades that we always give him, all the props we give him, he deserves it. And this thing, it's just like he's a master at work, you know, rolling around in the mud. And it's really funny. 6 minutes in, boom, people get up and walk out. And then a little bit further in, people start talking about cunts, and boom, there's another wing. And then a little further, there are these places where you just know, like, okay, next shift.
You know you're losing some, right?
It was so funny. But we've also been really clear about the language. In fact, in all the advertising, we always say, no nudity, no violence, but unspeakable obscenity, you know, and we purposely put review quotes in everything that talks about, you know, like there's one that says it all. That's at the top of the ads on the cab tops, which makes me howl. That says, you know, it's obscene, it's disgusting, it's filthy, it's vile, and it's the funniest movie you'll ever see.
That's
you know,
great.
So we do that all the time. We keep putting we keep putting out about how the language is filthy, and if you've ever been offended by any word, you know, this is not your cup of tea, you know, because we're going to hit them all. And now, you know, we're not getting so many people who are unprepared for it. But we're not trying to sucker punch anybody, you know. We're not trying to trick anybody. We don't want anybody in there who's not going to enjoy themselves.
No, there's no
know?
need to,
Yeah, we don't. This is not fair. It's like, you know, we're trying to explain to everybody, look, we're going to take you in the back room with the big boys, okay? It's going to get a little rough. If you want to come and hang out, you're welcome to. But it's going to get a little rough.
If you can handle it.
Exactly. We're not trying to trick
You don't want
anyone.
people to be confused and think they're going to see Disney's Aristocrats.
I got to tell
that
you,
would
really
be
funny
a
story.
little
Someplace in Florida, there was a sneak preview screening.
Here we go.
And the you know, the minimum wage high school kids on break that were working at the theater apparently didn't pay attention at the meeting. And this family came up with these two kids in tow, and they really believed that they were going to see the Disney Aristocrats. Okay, but here's the best part. It was 20 minutes before they left. I guess they kept waiting. Well, I guess after all the fucking and sucking, I guess the cats start dancing.
That is funny.
Where's We Are Siamese, if you please? This ain't it.
How do
You really,
know
it's
that?
But see, that's the thing, is since it's not out there unrated, we're taking extra care of letting everybody know what's in there. Because, you know, if a movie comes out, right, if it's got an R or a G or PG-17, what does that mean exactly? We don't really know, you know.
No, it is kind of a vague thing.
Yeah, and if you're a big studio with a lot of money, a G is the same as an R for, you know, guys like us who are just making a little movie. It's all so fucking arbitrary and so political and so money-driven, right? So you really get absolutely no information. Because we're not rated, we are giving you way more information they would have ever given you. You know, we're telling you right up front exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
Hey, are you online? Is anybody online?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to radarmagazine.com or do a Google search for Radar Magazine. They did an article called The Aristocrats Blow by Blow, where in alphabetical order they describe everything that happens in people's versions of jokes, and it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Seeing it all laid out like that in like encyclopedia form, it makes me weep. It's so funny.
RadarMagazine.com?
I think it's RadarMagazine.com.
And when's the movie come out, by the way?
Friday.
Friday. Can I see it today?
There is a screening tonight, isn't there? Or today? Is there a press screening?
Please? They're whispering.
Make a call. I think there is a screening today. I think there's a screening this afternoon, actually.
I'll plug the hell out of it tomorrow, I promise.
Are you Catholic? I'm sorry, you can't come.
Like I said, I would have rather seen that, you know, your movie last night than the March of the Penguins.
AMC, that really, really irritates me.
No surprise, though.
But it's such a statement about how it's language.
Exactly.
This is how fucking awful people are about spoken word. It's disgusting.
I mean, and what's really funny is not only is it just language, but this movie. It's just talking heads. You're right. It is just all language, but there's also no conflict or hostility in this movie. Everybody's having the time of their lives.
Right, a good time, and there's some saucy language. But who cares?
It gets a bit naughty.
They're a little racy, but meanwhile, PG-13 movie. You could go in there, and how big is the body count? Violence, people dying.
How about War of the Worlds? What was that fucking burlesque parody of 9/11, and that's okay? What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's just something about the...
Come on.
It's something about people in this country being offended by things that... Fun, humor, that offends them more than death and destruction.
It's just
They would rather their kids see horrible images on the news to teach them what's going on.
Right, than see people have
than
fun.
Seeing people laughing over the word cunt or a joke about, bodily functions. I will never ever understand.
How do you feel about 9/11 humor? Because I was reading something about Gilbert Gottfried was I think either doing this joke and
It's in the movie.
Oh, it's in the movie, and he added some 9/11 stuff, and people. I guess one guy yelled out, "Too soon! Too soon!"
It was 3 weeks later.
3 weeks later.
Yeah. I personally have. I've met people. I've met they might have been musicians, but I've met people who've come up and said, I really, none of this was offensive to me, And I was like, well, good on you, brother. None of it's offensive to me either. I'm not offended by anything in this movie. And this movie doesn't even come close to crossing my lines. I haven't figured out what they are yet.
Yeah.
Because as far as language goes, I have no lines,
There's
I guess.
no line as far as language
goes. And I said,
goes.
more power to you. Then you can sit back and not have to deal with that aspect of this and just enjoy the comedy. And he said, well, that's exactly what happened. He goes, I actually thought that I would really get upset about something, and instead I just enjoyed myself. But so I have no line. So the 9/11 thing, it's fine by me. I mean, I was getting busted when I was doing stuff about it, and it was far later than Gilbert was doing it. But Gilbert's thing that was interesting was he was doing it at Friar's Roast, right?
I can't go.
Comics. We'll give you $8.50.
Opie, why can't you go?
They're booked.
Oh, no. There is one. There's one today or tomorrow.
No, she's telling you no, there's not.
Oh, there's not even a screening. Oh, I thought it was sold out or something.
Which means there is, but you can't come.
I can wait till Friday. No, I can wait till Friday then. I don't want you guys to go out of your way. I'll go Friday, first thing, right after the show.
Look how disappointed.
I really wanted to go. That's
look
all.
at the
No, if there was a screening, I would go tonight. But don't set up that stuff. I'll see it Friday. Go ahead, Paul. You were saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
But
is this the radar thing?
Yeah.
Check it out. Here's my favorite. It goes alphabetically, right? All right. Let me start for your listeners so that
right off the bat,
so that they can see the format here. Anus. Cow penetrated by unidentified person's fist. Daughters penetrated by father's fist. Daughters penetrated by grandfather. Dog's finger inserted into by grandfather. Dog's finger inserted into by daughter, etc., etc., etc. I love this part here. When it goes down to...
Hole's pretty funny.
Well, you'll go through all this, but I love this one here.
Okay. We'll get this up on our websites.
Oh, you know what? It got cut off on the bottom, but it's... here we go. Fellatio. Performed by Eddie Fisher on GOAT in MGM Studio backlot.
Just to dismay of wife Debbie Reynolds.
To dismay of wife Debbie Reynolds. Yeah. Fellatio, performed by mother on donkey. Fishhook pierced penis, used by father to copulate with daughter.
I'm guessing that's Otto.
Yeah, good guess.
That's right. Otto's in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Boil, popped by father on own back. Birth canal, mother's, infant son half inserted into by father.
Buddhist monk raped orally and anally by indigenous tribesmen, then killed.
And then you got stuff like Be a Clown, sung by family in unison. This article is genius. This makes me laugh harder than the movie.
Are they trashing you or they actually love it?
Oh, they loved it.
Okay.
They loved it. Analingus, performed by son on father. Performed by daughter on father. Performed by father on daughter. Performed by son with mother's feces in mouth.
Otto's in tomorrow. He'll talk about his role in the movie.
I like
he's
this
so
one.
Funny in it.
Wallet stolen by Hispanic man who then defecates on stage.
kiddie pool filled with beef entrails and aborted fetuses waded into by family.
Defecation by entire family on stage in unison, by family dog on family, by Betsy Ross.
Feces and urine eaten off family by dog, who then jumps through hoop, rolled in by family.
Desk drawer slammed repeatedly by father to flatten son's penis. How do you not love this movie? It's hilarious.
That is great, man. That is fantastic.
Vagina, comma, extra large, used by several men as hideout.
All right, well, the movie is Aristocrats. It opens on Friday.
Very good, Paul.
And I'll be going
Thank you,
Friday.
guys. I can't believe you
noon.
didn't see it.
I'm so bummed.
I know. Nationwide, August 12th.
Oh, nationwide, August 12th. Okay.
Very good.
So select theaters Friday? East
Yeah,
and West,
New York
like
and LA on
and
Friday.
LA?
And August 12th it opens.
Go check it out. Laugh your ass
Don't
off.
go to AMC if you can help it. Those fuckheads. That really is sickening. Can't
Yeah,
show
the
a
popcorn
funny
is
film
bad.
Like this.
I'm just
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of vomiting and sort of, you know, it's really bad. The
Load after load.
It's weird. It's weird. Some people say it was on purpose, but I don't know who would do something.
Not sure.
Why would anybody have a motivation to do that to a theater chain?
I have no idea.
All right, it's the director of Aristocrats, Paul Provenza. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks,
Thank
Paul.
you, guys.
Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back. President and I came up with something years ago. Basically, it says
Whip 'em out Wednesday.
Big, luscious,
juicy ones.
Wow.
The swinging tribute to unrestrained female anatomy.
It's Whippin' Out Wednesday.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Paul Provenza. Yeah, you're still here. We told you, this is what we do. We just kind of hang and...
Our breaks are so long, aren't they? Our commercial breaks?
Yeah, what do you do on commercial breaks?
You got to
What do
send
you
us
do on those breaks. You pitch other shows on XM, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't know what we do. We just...
We do nothing. We don't even have time to take a piss.
No.
It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe at most.
We weren't gone long enough to actually say goodbye to you, so now you're back.
Oh, piss boy.
Piss boy.
But he was telling us about a video online. We got to play that on our show, and we'll throw it on our websites.
You know what? Try a Google search. You could probably grab it. It's 7 things you can't say in kindergarten.
The amazing Google.
All right, now everyone is going for it, but that's okay.
It deserves it.
Let's see.
No more secret notes.
Huh?
No more
just
secret
instant
notes.
feedback.
Still don't know what Bill Burr got.
I'll tell you after the show.
You can't tell me now?
No, because it'll be on the air. It's one of those things where if you do it on the air, it just wouldn't be smart. Off the air, I could tell you.
Is it a name?
No.
Is it a website?
No.
Is it a...
No.
Secrets.
How about
Yes,
this
sir.
one? How about this one? Pope, penetrated by talent agent.
Wow. The agent gets into it in someone's version, huh?
Midget uncle with 3 penises protruding from head. Appearance on stage by. Liza Minnelli's swollen clitoris. Compared to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon.
And that's at RazorMagazine.com. We'll link it on our sites later today. Very, very
You still
good.
do stand-up, man?
Yeah,
You do? Okay,
yeah.
'cause I haven't seen you.
Well, guys, I've been working mostly outside the country. For the last 5 years, I've been all around the world doing stand-up. I just came back from another gig. It's like my 4th gig in Dubai and Qatar and Kuwait and stuff.
Really?
For troops?
No, not for troops. For English-speaking expats. There's this. I've been working a lot over in the UK where they have a really rich and vibrant comedy scene, and I wish I had gotten into it a little earlier, you know, before we were deep into this movie, because I would have had a lot of those guys in, because you know those guys can say cunt. They say cunt on stage. Like the squeaky clean guys will say, "How you doing, you cunt?" You know, they'll say like, "Get this cunt a drink." Like you know, the way
nothing
you say,
over there.
Nothing. And so when they cut loose, they really cut loose.
Yeah.
But out of the UK, they book all of these circuits to bring live stand-up to English-speaking expat audiences all around the world. And, you know, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're teachers, they're construction firm guys, they're middle management for, like, TGI Fridays and Taco Bell, which are everywhere, you know. They're liquor distributors, you know, which, you know, most of these countries are dry, but there's liquor distributors there. You know,
You get any
people
Kuwaitis
from
in
all
Kuwait
walks
that
of life.
come in, though? And Or is it just all...
They're actually not allowed to. They're actually
Really?
not allowed to. But, you know, when you spend some time over there, you realize what a crock of shit all this is. There's such hypocrites, everybody over there. You know, they're dry countries, they're Muslim, they're fundamentalist countries, you know, and there's all these rules about, you know, you can't talk about Islam on stage and all that sort of stuff. And it's supposed to be, you know, by the book, the Quran. They're running things in a theocratic state, yet... The sheiks are bringing in by the, you know, boatload full Russian whores. You know, the guys, they take off their dish dashes, and then they show up in the Western bars, supposed to be just for Westerners, you know, and they show up, and they're, you know, picking up Russian hookers right and left. It's like, you know, if you get caught with drugs, you know, you're in Midnight Express for the rest of your life, you know, if you're lucky. And yet, you know, they're one of the major transport centers for, you know, opiates around the world. So it's such a bunch of hypocritical bullshit.
I heard Dubai is actually nice. I've never been there, but I heard that's like more like a Western place in the Middle East.
Right.
Which is business and not as much fundamentalism.
Exactly. But that's for us. See, they've realized, the United Arab Emirates, which is Dubai is in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates has realized, like a number of countries over there, that their future and their financial successes involves the West. It involves the money and the investment, and it involves relationships and business transactions with the West. So they have sort of developed this dual world where if you're a native, you're not supposed to participate in any of the stuff that's okay for Westerners, you know. So there's this whole world of bars and nightclubs and all this sort of stuff for Westerners. But you see those people in it all the time.
The upper echelon get to enjoy.
Not even upper echelons. Just anybody who wants it can, you know, they just dress in civvies. You know, take off the traditional garb, they dress in civvies, and they just go.
Really,
you know,
just the average Joe from that area?
Some of them, yeah, some of them. You know,
I hated
that would seem risky.
I hated the Kuwait. We
but
went to Iraq.
there is nothing. I'm sorry, I just got to stop you. There's nothing funnier than seeing a guy in a dish dash at a urinal. It's really funny. See them holding their skirts up and pissing. Man, it's just, sorry, racist.
Yeah,
fuck me.
It's
fucking funny.
It's 2005, for God's sake.
2005.
Let a fly.
The whole world is on the brink of destruction because my imaginary friend can beat up your imaginary friend. Fucking nutcases, all of them.
What
are you going to say about Kuwait?
Just that I hated the Kuwaitis so much because we went to Iraq and we had to stop over there and get our passport stamped and then fly on a military plane. And they are, because it's all like, they're given like, what, $100,000 a year or something just for being born there. They're given money because they're so oil rich. So they're not used to work. So they took 3 or 4 hours to stamp 8 passports. It's amazing the nightmare we went through going through customs.
Dude,
in Kuwait.
I came back from the UAE on the day of the London bombings, right? And I happened to be in London. I had to change planes and spend a night in London. I was coming back, so I was in Dubai for 3 days, right? And I was in London overnight, and I show up I'm in the air when the bombings are happening. I show up at the airport with a passport stamped from the Middle East the day before going to London. They hassled me like you cannot believe.
Yeah.
I don't need a physical for another decade. They checked every fucking polyp, every little nook and cranny in my... They did not... It was a good hour and a half just to get
yeah, that looks bad.
And I'm doing a gig, and that's it?
Yeah, okay, funny man.
Yeah, you ever tried to reason with these people? These security people at airports, you know what they are? Let me tell you what they are. They have never had this much fucking power in their lives, okay? They're minimum wage employees, practically, right? Everybody's traveling around the world, going on vacation, bringing home souvenirs, and these people these are the people, you know, that they're sitting there going, I hate every one of these sons of bitches. They're the ones that pissed on me before I dropped out of high school. And now it's payback time. Man, they are just
now they're at the controls, yeah.
And, you know, I actually have this argument all the time. I get hassled all the time in security. And you know, I always get this, I go, you know, they'll say to me, like, because I try and stay stone-faced because I don't want to get in trouble, because I always put my foot in it, because I'm just irate at this fucking puppet show, and the guys go, you know, why don't you cheer up? And I go, is that an order? I mean, it's like a federal thing. I have to cheer up, you know, because this, you know, why, you have a problem here or anything? Yes, this is heinous. I hate the fact that you're even doing it. You should be ashamed of yourself for doing this. He goes, well, I'm just doing my job. And I go, for a second, what have I heard that before? Oh, that's right, Nuremberg.
I'm sure they love the comparison.
You know what? As I believe it was who was it? Mark Twain. Is it the insolence of office?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We got the audio of the kindergarten kids.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Paul brought this bit to the show today.
Wow, we're quick.
What is it again? It's a video online. We'll link the video to our website.
I don't know the website, but the piece, it's a short film that somebody made, really short film, called 7 Words You Can't Say in Kindergarten.
All right, let's check it out.
There are 7 words you can't say in kindergarten. Shit. Piss. Fuck. Cunt. Motherfucker. Cocksucker. And evolution.
Tell me that's not genius. Tell me that's not genius. And the kids are so adorable.
They're adorable.
I like the one that says cocksucker. That's the one I like.
I like that she can't pronounce motherfucker. She goes, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Like she's like from Romania all of a sudden.
You motherfucker.
Do we have time to get this Gamefly.com read in? Yeah, we do. Gamefly.com is the world's leading online video game rental service. They're starting to take away our violent video games, something else we're not happy about.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You send a game back, and the next game on your queue list is automatically sent. Basically, you're trying out games online. And
then if you want it,
them online.
you click on your game queue, and it's sent to you. You get the box, you get the manual, everything as if you bought it from a store. Only I usually buy a lot of games, and what I do is I throw away the ones I don't like. It's a waste. Go to Gamefly.com. You can have up to 2 games at a time. Keep them as long as you want. No late fees. Go to Gamefly.com/XM to get signed up. It only costs $21.95 a month, but you can start with a free 2-week trial. No commitments. You cancel anytime you want. Start playing the latest releases or games you've always wanted to play at Gamefly.com. Over 2,500 titles. They got them for all the platforms: Xbox, PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, and the new PSP. 2 games at a time. No shipping either way, too. How about that? You're not paying for shipping. Keep them as long as you want. No late fees. All the games you want. Gamefly.com, GAMEFLY.com, and then /XM. That lets them know that you heard it right here with your good pals O&A. Put XM in the promotion box code. Gamefly.com.
We got it in. I'm amazed. Ben, what do we have on the show tomorrow? Otto and George?
What kind of payola did you get for that, little?
I get games out the ass. It's
How much
amazing.
was that worth?
We haven't paid for a video game in years.
I got a brand new Xbox.